Cut it out, man! What's happening? There's stuff happening! Hello! And hello! They start a hype train before, we even start. Who summoned this train of hype? And they all hyped off together. Choo-choo. Choo-choo. Stop pressing buttons, man. Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Get over the hump. The midweek shuffle. Here we are with another Microsoft Flight Simulator stream back in the United States, of all places. And we're going to go flying, man. So, we're on the ground here in New York, the state, in a place called Hudson Valley Regional Airport, which is Kilo Papa Oscar uniform. It used to be called Dutchess County Airport. What's this stuff happening? God almighty, behave yourself, sit in your hands. And then, hang on, I'm sitting on my hand. When did I last do this? That's not important. I shan't sit on my hands no more. There's all stuff happening, stuff. Anyway, where are we going to? We're going to fly over West Point. Did you ever hear of the 3 square meals a day? So you have your bowl of soup, right? Now, I'm Irish, so I don't know if this is true or not. They just hit what's going on? Level 5 hype train. What? Did you see what happened earlier, by the way? That was emotional. We'll talk about that in a minute. Anyway, a square meal was spoon into the bowl, up, across, into the gob, eat, back away from the gob, back down into the spoon. And they had 3 of them. That's not important. We're going to fly over West Point and have a look at the United States Military Academy, which is going to be interesting. Then, friends, it's over to Pocono Mountains Municipal Airport, Kilo Mike Papa Oscar. And then finally it's down to, now I'm going to try and pronounce this. Is it Mur or Muir or Mur? MUIR, Army Airfield, Kilo Mike Uniform India, which is in Pennsylvania. Such a flight plan. Clearly Murphy didn't make this one up. It's too interesting. What? So, you're all very welcome along. Tonight we have a very special guest on Murphline. We'll be speaking to the one and only ColFork85. He's in the building. Well, he's not in my building. Wouldn't that be grand? Imagine. Come on over here. Come on in. But he's not. No, he's on the internet. But he'll be brought to us live from, his place. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I hope you're all keeping well. What a week! And it's only kind of halfway there. We were YouTubing it on the Tube of You on Monday. Then, tonight, we're here doing our thing. And then Friday night, we're going to be doing a kind of a group flight, bush flight, ice flight. It's all great excitement. I can't wait. This is going to be brilliant. So, as I said, we're on I didn't say this yet. I'm going to say it now. We're on the North Europe server live. And, if you'd like to join us for the flight, it's going to be fun. Our only request, it's got to be GA all the way as we fly here from New York. Do you ever press a button, not realising if the button actually worked or not? But then you realise it worked, so everything's okay. So we're going to go flying. We're on live weather, live time. This should be fun. And we're flying in this machine, the Cessna 172, with a tip of our hat. The livery, you see, was developed by one of our very own, Sir Blackie a lot, and the livery represents that of Colonel Fork's grandfather. He flew the same livery, just in a slightly different Cessna, but the tail number November 6947 Echo. So we're going to don the colours of Colonel Fork tonight as we go flying in our little Cessna. It's going to be fun. I don't know what the weather's going to do, and, it's a bit of wind. Our planage, we're going to depart here from runway 24 as we bring up for flight. So we'll zoom in, right? Yes, zoom, yes. I can work many buttons. So this is the airport, Hudson Valley, and as I said, it used to be called Dutchess County Airport. It's a county-owned airport used for public use, and it was sometimes called, is it Poughkeepsie or Poughkeepsie? I can't speak. But anyway, wait till you hear it, right? Hudson Valley Airport was built by the United States Department of Commerce in the 1930s, and it was used for pilot training during World War II by the US Army Air Force. Known as New Hackensack Airfield, Hackensack Field, yes. At the time, for the nearby hamlet, it was used by students at the United States Military Academy as an extension of military training conducted at Stewart Field. After the Second World War, the airport was turned over to the county for the sum of $1, and guarantees that it would remain open as part of the Surplus Property Act of 1944 by the War Assets Administration, or the WA. IBM built a hangar and based its corporate aircraft and helicopters at the airport, including a Gulfstream II in the 1970s, and in the 70s, Cessna built and ran a Cessna citation maintenance facility on the airport grounds. This place is interesting. It's not just an airport. It's an airport that has history and things. So, do you know what I mean? We're going to do this. So, when we depart, we're going to be kind of heading southwest, down towards West Point, which is right here. Oh, I wonder, can I add this to my flight plan? Hang on, let it load, man. So if we add... Hang on. Where's West Point? We'll zoom in. I wonder, is it intentionally greyed out? Let's just... West Point. And we'll add that to the route. And we'll look at our flight plan, and we'll say, right, come hither. And we'll stick it in there in the middle, look. There we go. Thank you, ForeFlight. Very intuitive device, this thing. So you can see then we're going to be heading off into the kind of south and west, which is going to be fun. We hit a level 4 hype train emote. What the deuce? Thank you all so very, very much indeed, my guys. Very kind of you. So, it's time to ramble into the chat here as we say hello to some peoples. It's Wednesday. It's almost the weekend. If you listen closely, you can hear it. Friday. Coming soon. Anyway, Mort the Second is in the house. Good to see you. Captain Sickbag has rambled in. Happy Wednesday. Dougal McTavish, welcome aboard. Melker Borger has subscribed for 3 months in a row. Yeah, baby, yeah. 3 months. God almighty. Many thanks, my dude. We have Sir Murphbot back in the house. Jacob Mossad rambles in. He says, ready to take to the air, Master Murphy. I said that wrong. But ready to take to the air, Master Murphy. Thank you, Jacob. Big Papa Polly is in the house. And then Colonel Fork, the man, the legend, has gifted 5 Tier 1 subs to our community. Colonel Fork has now gifted a total of, sit down now, 290 subs to the channel. 200 and... Don't tell anyone he knows. Don't even tell him. In fact, nothing Colonel Fork is grand. It's just, it was a thing. Nothing to worry about. But holy moly. Thank you so very, very much, Colonel Fork. Your support is legendary. He gave one away to Owen Risk, Captain Sickbag, Draco Sensei, Wombat49, and also Cy Murray. Many thanks, my dude. Draco Sensei is in the house. Happy Wednesday. Who else? Kozaki Flyer is here. Danis G rambles in. Viper Strike is in the chat. Who else? It's kind of busy. Tritz4 rambles in. Hello, Merlin Fire. Seamus McNeil is in the house. DC Viper has subscribed at Tier 1 for 4 months, DC. What? Where did the time go? Many thanks, my dude. Really do appreciate all the support. DC is here for 4 months. See you later is here. He goes, happy mid-weekend. Oh, mid-weekage, Murph, and fellow Fireflies. Good to see you. See you later. DC Viper then with the bits. 300 bits. They're like confetti. He just walks into the room. Oh. He needs a team song when that happens. Many thanks, DC Viper. Cheers, my dude. Mr. Z Rider's in the house. Mechanical Madness UK. He says, hello, fellow Two-Tones. Hey, Mechanical. Did you save me some birthday cake? Lads, it's Mechanical Madness's UK's birthday. Happy birthday, me Elflower. Cheers, my dude. Hope you're having a great day. Now, where are we at? Night Zep is here. Good to see it. Oh, the soccer's on. Who's playing tonight, Zep? It's Slovakia, I think. Aren't they playing? Against Spain or something. Tarnish Mossman is here. Good to see you. Cy Murray rambles in. John Morecamp is here. Hello, my dude. Catbat9 is in the house. Happy hump day, everyone, he says. We have Catbat9 along with Catbat Cat. Great to see him. Speednut has subscribed for 3 months. Yeah, baby, yeah. 3 months as well. What's happening? Many thanks, dude. Ahoy, he says. PE1PQ is here. He says, well, I don't know, Hang on. Well, I don't know, I am a tad or two tipsy, so maybe I should stay home. PE1PQ, for you are the master of your own destiny. And if it feels that you should stay at home, I don't know. DC says, I like the render work. Why, thank you. Thank you very much. Who else? Grafton11 is here, good to see it. Then Catbat9 being a legend. What? He gifted 5 tier 1 subs to the community. Catbat9. Thank you so very, very much indeed, my dude. He gives them to Mr. 90. Here's a word I didn't practice. Dreams was taken because it's toolkit. Janice G, Merlin Flyer, and Viper Strike. Catbat9, thank you so very, very much indeed. Murph needs to learn how to read. More ginnage for the winnage. Noel K is here. Good to see you. Who else? Two Cats has subscribed with Prime on a 2-month streak, man. Many, many thanks, Two Cats. Fair play to you. Goblin Zeus is here. Rob MCR has subscribed for 4 months. Rob, for 4 months? Many, many thanks, my dude. Steve Solo UK is here. Good to see you, Steve. Merlin Fire says, many thanks, Catbat9. Oh, behave. Now, Captain Sickbag with the bits. Meow, flower, me legend. Thank you very much. Now, where are we at? Speednut says, you're flying my direction today. I got a dodge at KMU Apache helicopter traffic on my flight lessons. Oh. They fly Apaches down there. Did I have a dream or something? I dreamt I was in an Apache. I was actually in an Apache years ago. When I was very young, right? And the crack with an Apache is the gunner seat, their helmet. Well, like there's a camera or whatever. But it's, excuse me. Man alive, coughing. I saw when you turn your head in an Apache, well, you know, is it a 20 mil or a 50 cal? But anyway, the main gun moves with your man's head. And this was like back in the early 90s. It was amazing. Soaring AJ is in the house. Good to see you. Papa Joe B is here. He says, hey Murph, not sure what's going on. Started to boot the sim. An update panel appeared and that's not installing the entire sim. Oh, dude. Fingers crossed, man. Egged Barley is here. Good to see you. Now, where are we at? Ice Baby. Yeah. Thinking of Iceland. That should be interesting. We have new Orbex mesh to check out for Friday. Now, Dougal says, can someone please wind up the week to make the weekend come a little quicker? If you stop moving, hold your breath and use your brain to move the earth faster, it'll turn faster. I've seen it done on television once. Godden77 is here. He says, good evening, Fireflies. Orta Second says, would you consider my DC6 as GA-mer? I was one of the lucky ones that got the patch in the 8 to 10 seconds it was available. Oh, Mort. You should be okay. I've uninstalled the DC6 just for the live streams until they patch it. So, yeah, belt away, dude. I wonder what the symbol showed up as. Viper Strike says, as crazy as this hype train was, you guys should have saw the hype train Fabio had today. Now, there's hype trains and then there's hype trains. That was emotional today. So, we all know the Flying Fabio. A fantastic dude, great friend of our community and the channel, and just an all-round really cool guy. And anyway, did you hear what happened today, right? Hang on, we've other buttons over here, look. He was doing a stream, as was his wont, and he was doing IFR training. And then out of nowhere, because he went for a coffee and he came back, the donations started. And they continued, and they went up, and they went across, and then they went even up further again. 2,565 or 2,606, I don't know, but they got to a level 5. 2,500% of a level 5. It was emotional. I was ready to leave work. I finished my day's work. I was ready to start my commute, which is 1 hour. I drive 100 kilometers door to door, and I stayed watching. Tears in my eyes going, this is so beautiful. It was amazing. But yes, Kilo Zebra is in the house. He says he's continuing a sub they got from Gibbo, Ireland. Oh, nice. Many, many thanks, man, dude. Now, where are we at? All the choo-choos from the dudes. That's fantastic. Thanks so much, guys. Ryan Singleton is in the house. Good to see you. ColFork says, specifically, the waypoint is over West Point Cemetery, a solemn place. We must check it out along the way. Draco Sensei says, greetings. Hello to you, my dude. DC Viper says, definitely going to grab an iPad mini pencil Century 4 Flight if I ever start PPL. They're so handy. Do you know, they're really, really handy. I love them. Sai120's in the house. Good to see you. Scorpio is here. Dougal. Well, we said hello to Dougal, but sure, listen, we'll say hello again because I saw your name and I just read it. Bosman has subscribed tier 1. 6 months, Bosman. 6 months. Yeah, mate. 6 months, man. Thank you very, very much indeed. Now, where are we at? Joey Bolo's in the house. The legend that is Joey. He says, happy hump day, Murph and Fireflies. Joey Bolo? Joey Bolo? We'll call you Joey Bowley every now and again. That's a real Irish thing. Joey Bowley up the road. Joey Bolo, thank you very much for joining us, my dude. Great to see you. Now, where are we at? Egg Barley says, hello. Hello. It's good to see you. Who else? Draco Sensei says, it's my birthday today, Murph. Draco, it's your birthday today. We've 2 birthdays. We've a Mechanical Madness and Draco Sensei. Guys, let us get some epic emotes into the chat and even some hot tubs. You know, it's their birthday. Let's treat the lads. Treat them well. It's all birthdays, lads. Slovakia got... Oh, Eamon, better not. If any of our Slovakian friends are here, they didn't... I know people from Slovakia. They may not have heard the score yet, but when they do, then we'll laugh. I joke, of course. Or do I? Now, where are we at? Kirkness is here. Hello, Kirkness. Happy Wednesday. Tom LeCrab has subscribed at tier 2 for 7 months. Tom LeCrab, thank you so very, very much indeed, my dude. He says, evening all, always fun, and I'm always learning with you, Murph. Great community too. What are you learning from me? How not to break stuff, I hope. Tom LeCrab, thanks very much. Two Cat says, my miss could tell you a few things about that. She used to fly Apaches. Two Cats, what a story. God almighty. I bet you don't give her any lip around the house. Clean the house. Yes, dear. I will immediately stop what I'm doing and clean the house. In fear, you know. She'll give you the stare. God almighty. Like to program is here. Great to see you, my dude. It's weird to think that was the early 90s, was 30 years ago. Here's a man who feels older than he looks. DC, I know. Like, I remember the 90s. That was like the start of all the crack. There was very good wrestling. There was computer games coming out. The PlayStation got released with Medal of Honor and, like, you know, Tomb Raider. Italia 90. The World Cup, the Soccer World Cup, where Ireland did very well under Jack Charlton. They were the days. What else happened in the 90s? Oh, the World Cup went to America. Then Ray Houghton got that goal. Do you remember that? The 90s were just, do you know what I mean? We could get away with things in the 90s. Now, not so much.
Go and collect some green stamps.
There's stuff happening. I am multitasking today, says Goblin Zeus. The France and Portugal huge football match had begun. France and Portugal. Ooh, that could be good. France and Portugal. So you have the French against the Portuguese. Ronaldo against the other lads. That could be interesting. Jess, enjoy the footy ball, my friends. DC said 168 subs he got. Yeah, what? I'm so happy for him. It's amazing. Eamon says, I'm trying a new tip to stop CTDs by disabling FreeSync. Hope it works. I'm sure I'll find out, but I'm not optimistic. Fingers crossed and legs crossed. Now, who else? There's all stuff happening. Look, all the happy birthdays. Lads, fantastic. Two Cat says, nope, I don't argue with her at all. Fiver says, I don't pay attention to Euro soccer, but I looked at the Spain-Slovakia score. Oof. Hey, Muse fan is in the house. Happy Wednesday to you, me old flower. We're getting older but better, Murph, says Draco. Yes. Doom came out. Doom! Do you remember Duke Nukem? What was some of his words? Apart from the Do you know, like the 8-bit wave sounds? Loads of games came out. PE1 PQ, many thanks for the bits. Cheers to you, my dude. Now, it's all happening now. I flew once in an Apache also. A Piper Apache, that is. Says, see you later. Piper Apache. Interesting. Right, as you can see, the bad weather has befallen us. So, we're going to get ourselves airborne. We need to get up and at them. It was nice there a minute ago. What happened? We have the power to change it, but let's not change it just yet. So, we're back in the trusty steed that is a Cessna 172. So we'll talk through it. We need to make sure the parking brake is, on. And our fuel shut-off valve is, in. Mr. Hoppy is here. Jefferson 2001. The man, the myth, the legend. He's in the house. He says, go get some. Remember Duke Nukem? Oh yeah, I'm here to kick and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of gum. Yes! Do you remember? You'd be running around in first person with these, do you remember the Gatling gun? And next thing, you'd have all these deadly voices. You'd the most amazing voice ever. My live weather is sunny, few clouds. It was looking like that a minute ago. That looks more like it. We'll keep it at that for a minute. Kilo Breeza says, Kilo Zebra says, did you ever play Rise of the Triad? Don't think so. Yes, the steam gauge variant of the Cessna 172. This is actually very close to the one I have a few hours in. It's not as nice and fancy, it's not as, the seats aren't like that, but it's still nice. Do you know what I mean? So what we're going to do, we're going to turn on the battery switch. I'll get some soundage on here now in a moment. So with our battery on, we'll go ahead now and turn on our beacon light. That's to let people on the ground know something is about to happen. For our fuel tanks, we can go left tank, right tank, or both. Now if you notice, they even give you the warning down here on the little plate. When you're going to left or right tank, that's okay to balance the wing tanks, but you're only allowed to do it whilst flying. It's not a good idea to be doing this as you take off. Do you know what I mean? So, we shall leave it on both tanks, because it even says takeoff, landing, and all flight altitude. So that's, fuel tank is on. And our lights are on. We'll turn on our alternator as well. And, what we're going to do to start this machine, we're going to add in some mixture. We're going to push in the throttle about 1/8 of an inch, or about that much, as we saw. And we'll turn on the fuel pump. And what we're looking for here on the fuel pump, look down here, we have our fuel flow, which is right here. So when we turn on the fuel pump, we should see the tiniest movements on that little dude there. So keep your eyes up there and I'll turn on the fuel pump. Are we ready? Keep watching. There we go. Fuel is running. Now that'll go lower or higher depending how much throttle you're putting in, thus introducing more fuel into the system. So it's as good as primed. So it's now primed. We're going to say clear prop. We'd open the window at this stage. And the reason why you say clear prop, well, there could be dancers or other people near the front of the aircraft. So you shout out clear prop, or clear is what they say over this neck of the woods. Clear! To make sure there's no one there. And you don't just say clear and then start it. Clear, wait, and then start it. So we're going to go for a start here. So let's go for it. So we're going to watch our RPMs. If a good start, keep the RPMs just below 1000 and we can start leaning out our mixture. We're on the ground. We don't want to foul the plugs, because then they get kind of kangaroo petrol and it'll cut out. So engine running okay. We'll turn on our avionics buses, bus 1 and bus 2. That'll give us power to the radios and also our navigation systems. We can also get some lights on in here just to make it look kind of grand. Do you know what I mean? Yes. That little ping is letting us know that the radios are now on. Are these lights not working though? There we go. So with our Garmin GT 530 or GNS 530, we'll change our CDI over to GPS because we have a flight plan loaded in. Second one we're not going to worry about. We have an autopilot unit. We're going to set an initial altitude for 3. What's the rule again, lads? Heading west, odd. Heading east, even. Isn't that right? No? Yes? Maybe? Hey! Moose Knuckle Life is in the chat. Good to see you, dude. Who else is here, or who isn't? God almighty, who left the door open? I think Gibbo's here somewhere as well. I thought I saw Gibbo. I could be wrong. Odd east. We're heading west, so it's even. So we're going to go for 4,500. That's probably too high. We'll go for 4,000. Even west plus 5. Yeah, so 4,500, yeah? So we're going to put that in there. Next transponder, we'll go to standby mode. Now, it's kind of marginal VFR, but we'll see kind of how we go. We've got a lot of planes here. The lads are saying they see a Gigna. Who is in the Gicna? We've no Gic. Well, I can't see Gicnas. For the moment, we should be okay. 2,500 will be fine. Thanks, Colonel Fork. I knew it. See? 2,500 feet. Now, we'll hit our D and B key on our keyboard for the sim. So, the D is your directional indicator. You have what's called kind of gyro drift. So this guy tends to move. So you need to correct it every couple of minutes. We just hit D. It's grand, it fixes it. Then our barometric settings to give us an idea of our altimeter, or how many hectopascals are there, to do with kind of densities and air pressures and stuff. Anyway, if you have two of these, this is a tip I was told when I was learning, and well, I'm still learning how to fly. If you have two altimeters, which you might have in a lot of aircraft, you set one based on your barometric pressure, and then they set the other one to the actual zero, as in 0 feet, ground altitude. It's really, really handy. Especially for flight training, it was really handy because you might only be at 1,000 feet above the field, but depending on the air density, you could be at 800 or 1,100. Depends on the day. Inches of mercury in the US. That's it. Pretty Livery Murph says, Arctic Tern is here. Hello, Arctic Tern. This livery Arctic Tern was designed by, well, for the sim, it was designed by Sir Blackie a lot. And it depicts Colonel Fork's grandfather's aeroplane. He flew the... Colonel, you're going to hit me. I think it was the 185. But isn't it beautiful? It's a real kind of a classic looking Cessna livery. It's just beautiful. Is that a DHL Islander? Origny. No, isn't that the yoke that flies down by what you call it? Jersey and Alderney and all that, isn't it? A 175. I was 10 off. Right, I was 10 off. A 175 Alpha. It's beautiful. This livery, of course, is available over on the twotonemurphy.com website. You can pick it up from there. The blue and white Cessna looks somewhat like an A&A livery. Yeah, that's nice as well. I don't know, is that the sim loading that in? I don't have other custom Cessnas. Anyway, with that said and done, all our lights are on. We're going to get our nav and strobe lights on, and we're going to get our taxi lights on. Pitot heat. Well, do we need to heat the pitot? So we'll check our... Where's that hiding? Where's the temperature gadget? I'm looking... Usually they're up here. You pull this guy out and your temperature is there. We have temperature over here that we can do. So if you go outside air temperature, 58 degrees or 14 degrees Celsius. I'm a Celsius dude, so I'll go with that. Who is this? Purple Kona has just subscribed for 5 months in a row. Purple Kona, thank you very, very much indeed. Ah, tasty beverage on a Wednesday night. On a school night. Well, summer holidays have started. Two-Tone Junior is on his holidays. We're keeping him busy. Tidy your room every day. So yeah, if you have this aircraft, if you ever want to, figure out what's happening, well, you have a voltage meter. You have outside air temperature, OAT, outside air temperature. You can have it in Fahrenheit or have it in degrees Celsius. It's dark in your cockpit. It is. But sure, look it. We'll get over it. Do you know what I mean? So we're going to be heading down now to runway 24. That's where we're going to depart from. So we're going to be taxiing on Echo and then Alpha and then onto the runway. So, park and brake coming off. And, well, let's start moseying ahead. So yeah, the DC-6, isn't it? Oh. And did you see what Skydive Man did? He made a Thunderfly livery for the DC-6, Squirrel Force 2 and Squirrel Force 1. It's amazing looking, absolutely gorgeous. Is my BNI a problem livery-wise? Shouldn't be, no. We should be okay with liveries. Should be. Famous last words and all. Tanner says, that's me in the same Skylark as you, Murph. Oh, nice. Annalisa is here. How are you, Annalisa? She says she hasn't said anything yet. She's subscribed for 11 months. 11 months, Annalisa. God almighty. She says, hey, Murph and Firefly. Sorry, I'm lurking away here. I've pneumonia, so watching from under my blankie. May need to appoint a dancing substitute or helper for tonight. You poor owl divil. God love you. Annalisa, we're sending you nothing but warm thoughts. Safe, happy thoughts. Careful how you interpret that. Warm thoughts? Look after yourself. Feel better soon. And don't worry. We can do the slow dance. You only have to move your not-so-baby toes. They're hard to move. Try and move just your not-so-baby toes right now. You won't be able to do it. But Annalisa, sending it all our love. I hope you feel better soon. Safe, happy little mistakes. I mean, thoughts. God, we should have checked the runway here before we just... That's okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, yes. We'll continue on. Hey, we got a thunderflies lining up over there. You missed temperature is not your temperature left next to the wing route. Or you didn't see it because your cockpit is dark. Temperature. No. There's usually like an analog gauge. Usually in a Cessna. You pull them out of the air vent up here on the left. You're on your top left, because that's your air vent, you pull it down and have a little temperature gauge. But on this aircraft, I don't see an analog temperature gauge. The cockpit is rather dark, yes. For the night is dark and full of terrors. But we have a digital readout there, which is fine. So over this side of the house we have, right, fuel. You can see the fuel. We have our fuel flow and we have exhaust gas temperature. We have our vacuum, which is pretty much the suction off the gyro. We have an ampemeter, temperature of our oil, and pressure for the oil as Murphy misses the freaking taxiway. Don't follow me! Do you know what I started watching, lads? The Farm with Jeremy Clarkson. It's very, very good. F1 Wolf says, I'm watching a live wolf conservation centre video and this stream at the same time. I can hear it playing in the video. A wolf conservation centre? Do you ever... Oh no, that's a fox. That's a fox. What does the fox say? What? There's a song that won't get stuck in your head. Right, before we go, hey, we got a P40. Right. Landing lights on. Yes, yes. Pitot heat. Leave it off. Leave it out. We don't need flaps here. So we're just going to taxi into position and then we're going to blast off. And we can also turn our heading indicator, which is this little happy little fella, over to runway 24, because we're going to depart here, fly runway heading, and then enter a left-hand pattern. Basically what they mean by that is fly to the left. Like Beyonce. To the left, to the left. So we have our illustrious team of Thunderflies. I can't tell you much, but I can tell you this. They are working on something absolutely ridiculous. As in, like, this thing, I don't know, but it's going to be funny when we're going to do it. Because it's both marvellous and outrageous. And they thought of it themselves. God almighty. Hey, Epic Fool is here. Good to see it. The Warbird shows as a Gicna. Yeah, Clarkson's Farm. Isn't it brilliant? It's absolutely brilliant. My DC6 is out of the community folder. Goblin Zeus had a CTD. Oh, that's never good. Okay, well maybe it might help with the spacing. Space. The final frontier. So, Mixture's going to go full rich. And we're going to introduce some power and we're going to depart. So, before we go, we're walking. We're talking and squawking. Power coming in. Eyes on the floor. Oh, look at the floor. Now we're good. See, we didn't just fly through someone. So, takeoff power is set. Airspeed is now alive. There is 40 knots. As we do, the rudder pedal dance. Trying to keep ourselves somewhat here on the centre line. There's 60 knots. We're good and light now. Oopsie daisy. And there is a positive rate of climb. We're indicating it on our vertical speed. And that's it. More marvellous and outrageous than the 747 formations they did for your birthday, says Kilo Zebra. Yes, this thing is nuts what they're up to. All I can say is, Harrison Ford, Tom Cruise, Tom Hanks and Bill Nighy, none of them have taken part in what they're making. But it's very, very good. Keane Lafford is here. He kicks open the door and moonwalks into the room because he's in a good mood. Hello, hello, he says. Happy hump day. Keane Lafford, great to see you, my dude. So, we have found ourselves in a state of being airborne. It's kind of bumpy though. So what we're going to do, right, we're going to take our time here. Now, weather, how high are them clouds? Because, what the deuce? I don't want to fly into clouds, do you know what I mean? That'd be just terrible. So, we'll use science and our godlike powers and just do that. That'll work. So, friends, we're going to go down here to our trusty GPS. We're going to go to nav mode. And we're going to go to vertical speed mode. So we're going to say 2,500. Arm that. Yes. And we're going to climb at a rate of 500 feet per minute. Now let's see what happens. So we're going to be heading down, as I said, towards West Point, and there's also a cemetery down there. So West Point was originally established as a fort, as it sits strategically on high ground overlooking the Hudson River, with a scenic view of some 50 miles north of New York City. It is the oldest of 5 American service academies and educates cadets from commissioning or for commissioning into the United States Army. The academy was founded in 1802, 1 year after President Thomas Jefferson directed that plans be set in motion to establish a US military academy. The entire central campus is a national landmark and home to scores of historic buildings and monuments. Students are officers in training and are referred to as cadets, or collectively as the US Corps of Cadets, or the USCC. About 1,300 cadets enter the academy each July, and about 1,000 cadets graduate. Some notable alumni: Ulysses S. Grant, the military leader and the 18th President of the United States; George Armstrong Custer from the American Civil War; Dwight D. Eisenhower, the Supreme Allied Commander of World War II, also 34th President of the United States; George S. Patton, Douglas MacArthur, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins, who flew on Apollo 11, also came from West Point. And wasn't it, I'm going back to my Band of Brothers thing, but wasn't the attack that at the time Lieutenant Winters put in on Breacourt Manor, I think that's still practiced in West Point today. I believe I've read that somewhere, who knows. So, we're heading on our merry way. Are we getting on all right? Are we doing okay? There's a mountain ahead of us. I think we're going to be okay. What a great show. I smell BS, how are you? You're very welcome aboard. Hello, Fireflies. We're all here together. So what we're going to do now, lads, if you're currently flying along with the Flying Circus, well sure, listen, let's get a head count. Do press the number 2 into the chat and let's see who's here. So if you guys are new here, we live stream every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 1900 Zulu time. Monday nights are on YouTube, Wednesdays and Fridays right here on Twitch. We have a Discord, you know. Hang on. There's some linkage. We also have a website. Do be sure to check it out. Colonel Fork has gifted a tier 1 sub to Kingsman 9965 all the way to Liverpool. And Ice Mates, come down. Very, very kind of you, Colonel Fork. And Kingsman 9965, great to see you, my dude. Oh, this livery, though. Isn't it amazing? Keen Effort reports, we got 31 plus a Murph and 8 Thunderflies. Nice! Look at the scenery here, lads. Isn't this absolutely fantastic? So, back into our little plane we go. So we're at 2,500 feet. Speed-wise, we're not too bad. And we're holding on course here now. So we're about 4 minutes away from our first little kind of place of interest, which is West Point. And then, well, we're going to be doing something. We're going to be jumping over to the Murphline. But just, I said we get to this little area first. Grafton 11. Sorry, Gontech had a CTD. Aw, dude. There seems to be a lot of CTDs tonight, lads. What's happening? Is the world gone crazy? Like, we're very, very close now. Like, we're what? A little over a month away to the console release. So, all going well, some optimizations should be dropping thick and fast for the sim. So fingers crossed, there's light at the end of the tunnel and it's not the oncoming train. Dougal says the DC6 is about, that's why. Oh, well, that could be the case. If someone has a DC6, maybe just try a different joke. Mrs. Two-Tone is here, she rambled in, look, there she is. Sit up straight, stomach in, chest out, shoulders back. Trunnel? Trunnel is like a tunnel, epic fool. That's what happens when you can't speak. Kingsman says, will you be getting the Xbox, Murph? Kingsman, would you believe I have one? It was got for Mrs. Two-Tone for her to learn her flying. So as soon as it's released on the console, we shall have Mrs. Two-Tone in the air with us, which could be hilarious because she's going to end up sitting beside me. So when I do stupid things, you might just see the odd arm or like a brush whoop, coming across the screen and smacking me on my big head. Do you know what I mean? Ariana VOR says, hard ass. No, we're just following. Nothing that fancy here. This is when right. If it's GPS. No frills, no thrills here, right? If you're looking for kind of the fancy stuff, check out Fabio. This is where I put on like a filter and play some music. Look, a distraction. There's flying chickens over there, and you'll be, oh look, there's a flying chicken. That's how I get away with it. But yeah, it's all kind of happening now. Now we're very, very close. Viper Strike is at West... What? Come on, Viper. Lead us to it, will you? Because I can't find it on the map. I see the place... Look at this for scenery. I can't... we're choppy. Choppity chop. We're very close to New York as well. New York City. It's over there somewhere, look. So we could be loading in all sorts of wonderful and strange scenery. Look at this scenery here. There fly liver birds in the pool. Or liver birds, isn't it? This is the Hudson. Ah, look at. It goes all the way up this neck of the woods. It's beautiful, isn't it? Photogrammetry, man, it's just amazing. This is stunning. We must be close. West Point is over here. There's a football stadium. Look at this. Airlock Doc is now following. Many thanks for the follow, dude. I reckon it's over here somewhere, lads, is it? There's a P60. Mort II is in a Gickna. Uh-oh. Hey, Mort, could you change that? That river is bigger than the Shannon. It is. Spitfire RAF 100 is here. Good to see it. The football stadium is ahead of you. Yeah, it's beautiful here, isn't it? There go the Thunderflies. All the dudes down in West Point looking up. Someday. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon. Mort is in the DC6. He did ask earlier if it was okay. I can jump out of the DC6, but doubt that would make any difference. Okay. It shouldn't. If you don't have the DC6 installed, well then it should be zero issue. Look at the golf course. This scenery is beautiful. Has anyone ever been up this neck of the woods? Ibuprofen and 007 is here. Good to see you, Kendra. Happy Wednesday. Should only be an issue if you're flying it yourself. I agree with you, Mort. I agree with you. So, where are we at? Okay, we're over here. Now, it's time to do stuff. Are we ready for stuff? Murphy, don't break it. Do your best. I'll do my best, right? It's time for this.
1850 715 815.
Hello, good afternoon. You're very welcome to the Murphline. I don't know where that music came from. But anyway, we have a very special guest on the show tonight. And, well, without further ado, let's hope it works and I don't break things. Oh, that's the wrong button. Hang on. Oh, there's the button. It worked. We'll say hello to Colonel Fork. How are you, dude?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. I didn't break it yet. There's still time. But well, Colonel Fork,
time for breakage.
It's always time for breakage. Always. I see the Liverpool flag there behind you as well. The bit of Kingsman is rubbing off straight away.
Oh yeah, that was a gift from Kingsman. So
nice. So well, we're well used to seeing you on the stream, so I don't think we've been in a position to say, hey, let's ask you some questions and figure out.
I can't be hearing you anymore.
That's what happens when I don't press a button. I'll start again, right? Pro stream. We're used to seeing you on the stream, but it's a rare occasion we get to just have a chat with you. So, well, you're very welcome along to the Murphline. And I suppose I have to ask you, how did you get into the world of aviation and flight simming? Like, where did it all start for you?
Well, it started with my grandpa, quite honestly. From when I was not even knee high, we'd go on flights, and I just grew up around aviation, and getting into flight sim was all kind of natural. First iteration of flight sim I had was Flight Sim 5, the last one for DOS.
Oh, nice.
But I grew up around aviation, so it's just ingrained in who I am.
So from, I suppose, were you a fan of flight simulation each and every kind of year they brought out a new one, or you just dipped your toes into it and then, yeah, it was okay, or?
I never really took it super seriously as much as I should have. But I've had every version of Microsoft Flight Sim except for 2000. I didn't get it that year for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
But I've had all the from Flight Sim 5 to the current one. The only one that I haven't had is 2000, and I really started hitting it hard and treating it as a simulator to prepare for real flight back last August, getting ready for, I started, flying it FSX and, trying to be by the book as I could remember. And then when this came out, it's so much better and easier to, fly out the window, which is the type of flight I'm used to.
Absolutely. And, you're saying you were introduced to aviation by your granddad mainly. Did he have military background, or was it all civilian? What was the story there?
All his flight experience was civilian. He did serve in the military in the Army as an MP back in, I want to say, around the time of the Korea conflict.
Mm-hmm.
But he was in the military, but he learned to fly in an Aeronautica Champ. I believe it was an Aeronautica Champ back in the day. I actually have his very first logbook.
Oh, wow.
Which is nuts. And actually that plane still flies. I believe it's down in Texas. So it's pretty neat, but he learned to fly, and he bought his Cessna 175A Skylark in 1967.
Wow.
And he was the second owner. And that's what I grew up in. I grew up in that plane. It looked pretty much like this, like the 172 that you and I are both flying right now. And it's just absolutely, Sir Blackie did a phenomenal job replicating it, from the Skylark text on the nose to the Cessna under the horizontal stabilizer on the tail. He just did a phenomenal job, as best as he could, because the 175 never had the rear window. It was only built from 1958 until 1962, so they didn't make many of them, just over 2,000.
Oh, right, okay.
And my grandpa was lucky enough to, I don't know if he's lucky enough to have one, but he had one, and I was lucky enough to get to experience a unique Cessna.
Absolutely unique. And I imagine they're hard to come by, so only 2,000, I hear, oh yeah, they only made of 500. I said, that's a lot of planes, but in terms of what Cessna put out, 2,000 was probably very small.
Yeah, 2,000, especially when you compare it to the Skyhawk that they've been building since, for eons. I think the 172 is the most produced plane ever. But 2,000, you can still find Skylarks here and there throughout the world. Some have been modified for bush flying, and some, have put on floats or made into tail draggers. And it's just kind of a testament to what Cessna is as a platform. But to even be so unique with the 175 it's really a special connection. that I've been fortunate to have, because anybody can say, "Oh, I know what a 172 is, I know what a 182 is," but have you heard of a 175?
Yeah, exactly. They're like, no. So tell me, like, to draw on one of your memories, like a typical day, perhaps, or a weekend away, if you got to go on the plane, like, was there a big to do? Like, would you get involved and have a look at what he was doing, flight planning kind of stuff, or was it just, come on, we're going for a spin and you're coming?
A lot of it was we went to the same place a lot. We would fly out on a Saturday morning for breakfast, usually between 7 and 8 o'clock. Ideally between 7 and 7:30, while the air's still cool, especially during the summer. No school to worry about. So get up really early, go fly out to Jackson for breakfast. Have a really nice restaurant on the field there. We'd eat, socialize with the other airplane guys that would be out there having breakfast too. Bonanza guys are always faster. They always left after us, got there before us, and they'd be all smug and whatnot about it. But I'm in a 175. I'm happy as can be. I'm with my grandpa. So, I'd have the pilot's omelet, great, and thick homemade raisin toast. And then we'd fly back, and we'd go to the local air museum that was right on the airport. And that was a typical time of spending time with my grandpa after a flight. But I'd visit his house, and I'd sit and watch the History Channel with him. My passion for history and for aviation both really were fostered by him in a lot of ways.
Well, getting on to history, because I know you dabble as well in a lot of the recreational stuff. I know you've done quite a bit with Jay Winokur when it comes to the reenactments and the historically accurate, I'm going to say rebuilding, but reenactment of famous military, be it maneuvers or battles or whatever it is. How did you get involved in that? Is it like a local kind of a club, or how did that turn out?
Well, JW dragged me into it. He had started getting into it. I don't know how he got into it, but we've both been involved in cosplay before, and he got into reenacting, and dragged me into it. And not that he had to, I didn't go fighting. I started off with doing an impression for the 5th Rangers Easy Company, and then we started our own unit for Dog Company 506th Parachute Infantry Regiment of the 101st Airborne. So nice. I have the two main impressions, but there's different reenactment societies and that sort of thing throughout the world, quite frankly. But there's different areas. Our unit is technically based out of Southeast Michigan. There's other units based out of Illinois or Pennsylvania or wherever.
Like, I imagine it's fascinating because apart from getting to relive it, as in you're going to have the official gear, you're going to have the uniforms, but there's so much study that you must do to kind of say, well, how do they actually wear this, and what did this thing even do? Like, you got to figure out all that stuff, and then to wear the gear and to show it off to other people, and they're looking at it going, the hell is this? And you're able to explain it. I say it's fascinating.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. In fact, a couple years back, in 2019, for the 75th anniversary of D-Day, our unit helped open up an exhibit at my local air museum underneath their C-47. And getting ready for that event, I discovered that exact aircraft, as it's painted, was the one to drop the unit that we reenact. So it was mind-boggling. We never would have expected that.
That's amazing.
So it's just the plane that we did a presentation under very likely dropped the unit that we're representing.
That's incredible, dude. Oh my God. So yeah. I got to ask you, live streaming, because when I first came across your channel, I saw some stuff from way back, and you were smart. You didn't bother with cameras, so you say, hey Murph, I saw you months ago, you looked like a fool. So you didn't do that, but I saw there was a lot of iRacing stuff. You had the 85 in the car, and you were driving around all the oval tracks, and also a lot of stuff at Halo. And I've seen some of the pictures that you've made with costume design and props and stuff. So where was the draw from live streaming? Was it just like, hey, I think I'm doing something interesting and I'm just going to see what the reaction is, or What was your draw to it?
A lot of it in the early days was just it was becoming more and more popular a thing to do, and I'm like, well, I'll give it a shot, see what happens, and it never really went anywhere, and I do it a couple of times, and give up on it, and I never really had a really good enough PC to really do it well until last April. I built my brand new computer, and it was able to. Holy crap! I can play new games. Wow, this is what frame rates are. Because even flying flight sims, you want to talk about 30 FPS. I was getting used to like 12 or 15 and be like, yeah, it's fine, it's no big deal. And everybody's complaining, oh, I'm below 30. I'm just like, I'm just used to it. And then I've experienced more than 30. It's just like, oh, that's what it's all about. Okay, I can dig this. And so then, I kind of struggled with it even a little, mid last year doing the streaming, and then Flight Sim was about to come out. I was like, okay, I'm really going to give this a shot. So I dove into it, was streaming FSX as best as I knew how, and got some viewers here and there, and found your channel, and it really just kind of fostered the community, and we are where we are now.
It's been a ride, to say the least. It's been great fun along the way, and I think that it's how we kind of crossed paths. It was weird because I remember you just said hey, and I was like hey, and I knew from your accent like you weren't from like County Wicklow. I was like, oh, dude's in America. And so whereabouts from the States do you hail, in case people aren't sure?
I'm from the state that's shaped like a mitten. If you look at the satellite, I come from the state of Michigan, which, if you look at it, from Flight Sim's perspective, at about 2,000 to 3,000 feet, looks kind of like Ireland in a lot of ways. Less bogs, but and a lot of green.
It's gas, because you've said this to me quite a lot. You says this is kind of just like flying in Ireland, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And then you brought me flying in the sim. Goes, no, look, check it out. I was like, this is so familiar. It's weird. Like we probably share the same latitude line, but like,
yep.
It's crazy stuff. Absolutely. So you're all the way in Michigan. You do a bit of live streaming. You have an amazing, interesting story of aviation, both in the real world and, as you said, starting off with Flight Sim 5, which is crazy. So your favorite things to do in Flight Sim, or even the real world aviation, like what's some of the things you like to do outside of streaming in the Flight Sim?
In the Flight Sim outside of streaming, well, I've been enjoying the DC-6 as much as I can. Really waiting for that patch to come out. I like just exploring, exploring, and then testing out skills I'm learning from Fabio, like some of the lessons on VOR navigation. But exploring Flight Sim has never been this good.
Oh yeah.
And with Flight Sim, with the weather the way it is, the ground the way it is, the trees and all that stuff, it's a whole new experience. And with everybody being stuck at home over the last year or so, it's been, as you would say, gas, just to explore, get out, see the places that we can't go to right now, and it's just been incredible. So exploring has probably been my favorite thing to do.
It's amazing because, like, I'm sure there are times that I have, you could be flying offline, you might be researching something for a stream, and you're flying somewhere and you're just like, look at the state of this place, like, wow. And there's so many wow moments in the sim going, this is so good, like, it's how do they do it?
Yeah. Well, and I've, in all honesty, a lot of my flight planning is just kind of spinning a globe and going, I'm going to fly here, and it's stunning every time.
It's like,
be in the middle of the desert, middle of Nebraska, and it's great.
Absolutely. It's like spin the globe. Okay, we're going there. Oh, look, where's this? Leitrim. Yeah, it's what it's all about. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. So tell me, your favorite places to travel to. Have you been anywhere interesting, we say, in the real world? Have you, there's no place like home, but have you been anywhere kind of strange or exotic, or somewhere that you'd say was one of the favorite places you got to travel to?
Mammoth Cave's up there. That's down in Kentucky. You flew over it on one of my streams last week. Can't really see it from the sky. It's a cave, but I believe it's the world's largest cave system.
Wow!
And visited there back in the late '90s. So that was a really neat place to visit. Tequamanon Falls up in the UP of Michigan is a really beautiful place. Lots of trees. Of course, the waterfalls themselves. Sioux Locks is a major feat of engineering here in Michigan. There's a lot in Michigan that I really like about Michigan and Michigan. I've been to Mount Rushmore, which is phenomenal. Devil's Tower in Wyoming is just, that whole area of the world's just stunning in real life. Flight sim looks great, but it doesn't do it justice to see it in real person, though.
I can imagine. And I remember even a couple of months ago, you went on a weekend trip with your dad, and the Mackinac Bridge, is that correct?
Yep, Mackinac.
Mackinac.
And it's spelled different ways.
Yeah, right. So, I saw you were saying, yeah, no, I'm going up this way, I'll take a picture. I was like, oh, yeah. And I saw a video, and I was like, oh, yeah, here he is on the bridge. And I thought my screen had frozen or it was caught in a loop. This thing went on for miles.
It's 5 miles long. It's longer than the Golden Gate Bridge, but most people don't know that. At least in the U.S., for a long time, it was the longest one in the U.S. It may still be, but it is definitely longer than the Golden Gate. And it used to be that the only way to get from the lower peninsula of Michigan to the upper peninsula of Michigan were ferries, and it would just you could be there for days waiting on a ferry. And then in the late 50s, they started building the Mackinac Bridge, and there's a toll to pay, and which is fine. It's like $5. But it's such a wonderful experience. And right at the base of the Mackinac Bridge, you have Fort Michilimackinac. Good luck spelling that one. Not too far from that, you have Mackinac Island, which is a really neat experience. There's all sorts of stuff. The further north in Michigan you get, the more interesting things are.
How long would it take, or how long does it take to cross that bridge? You're talking minutes.
Better part of 10.
10 minutes to cross a bridge in a car.
Well, and especially when the winds are high, you have to really slow down. So I think most of the time that my dad and I have traveled across it, it's been like 25 miles an hour just because of the wind. And what's really interesting, because it's 4 lanes across, so 2 in one direction, 2 in the other direction. And the inner lanes are just grates. So you can look down and see the Straits of Mackinac.
Wow.
So you see the water, you can see freighters coming up, but that's because so that the air comes up and it won't, twist and torque and destroy the bridge.
I think the longest bridge we have here now is the Rose Fitzgerald, and they've only built it, and that takes 4 minutes. No, it doesn't. 3 minutes. Well, it depends on your speed, but about 4 minutes to get over. So I gotta see this bridge.
Your right foot is.
I gotta see it. So I gotta ask your favorite aircraft in the real world, and then we'll ask you your favorite one in the sim. So now I'm sure you're going to have one held in the highest prestige, but your favorite of all airplanes.
Of all airplanes, my heart's always going to be with the 175 Skylark, just with the connection I have. If I have to exclude that, it'd probably be the F4F Wildcat.
Oh, nice. And your favorite aircraft within the sim currently?
I'm really been enjoying the Piaggio P149. There's no autopilot, no GPS, nothing. It's just that bare bones basic flying experience, and I love it.
It is I love that plane. It is great. And I remember I was trying to learn it in German before I realised you can click on a flag. But now I know the flag is there, I wish it wasn't. It's force myself to learn this button. Yeah, that's the button I want to press, But yeah. So I suppose with the aircraft that you may know that are currently on the horizon, is there anything in particular you're really looking forward to as a future release?
I'm really looking forward to the Cessna 170. I'm a sucker for the classic Cessnas, I'm not going to lie. But the Coronado 170B, I'm really looking forward to, because that's just a pretty looking airplane.
Yeah, I think I think this week. It could be next week, but it's soon. Yeah, it's very, very soon.
My money. I've researched their release schedule awfully closely, and I would imagine it's either going to be tomorrow or Friday.
Yeah. Fingers crossed, there's going to be flights on that thing. So moving on, I got to ask you your favorite type of music. I know I've introduced you to Foster and Allen, my Uncle Mike. I'm really sorry, but what's your own favorite music? I'm sure you have a ton of it.
It's hard to pin any particular style down, but I listen to so much different music. If I had to pin one down, I would probably pin it. Oh gosh, probably 80s rock, 80s pop, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yes. 80s rock for the win, and wiggage and everything, man. That's yes.
Yeah, you got the wiggage. I'll just sit you back over here.
There's Murph over there. Yeah, we got to do a remix of my Uncle Mike. You know,
like the manager.
Yeah, there he goes. The diva. Let him off with it. So
he'll make the money. I'll take the money in.
Oh, this thing is gonna. That's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So we should do that when we're in the States. We just arrive into I don't know, like a local hall. This is Murph. What does he do? He performs. So your favorite food? Let it go. Yeah, let it loose.
I was gonna say, give him 5 minutes. You'll find out.
Oh God Almighty! The shame on my family. The shame. But so before we started, you were showing me some snacks because I'm like, what are the good American snacks? You got to have some stuff. So it's bringing us on to kind of our next thing. Your favorite food or favorite kind of snack food. So these things are pretzels in peanut butter. They sound amazing.
Other way around, peanut butter inside of pretzels.
Ah.
And they're little bite-sized little guys. It's good for protein, and it's a nice little snack. I had some Timbits, but that's a rare kind of indulgence, if you will. It's a little donut holes called Timbits.
Timbits are like Hortons, which is basically the idea of the whole of the donut, as in the middle part. It's filled with stuff and put glazed with different flavors.
Actually, it's not filled with anything. They're just cake donut holes with glaze on it, or sprinkles, and flavored a little differently. Sometimes they have blueberries. Sometimes it's chocolate. Sometimes it's birthday cake. You don't know.
I want some. Mrs. Two-Tone, will you order them on the site that you found the expensive candy from New Zealand? They'd be better from America. We must do it, but yeah. Your favourite type of food, so? Are you kind of a steak guy? Are you into fish, or what's...
I am a... Don't give me fish. I'm not a fan of fish. I'll eat it if it's the only thing available or if I'm in a rare mood. It's somewhere between Italian and steak and potatoes. Every year for my birthday, I go to a particular steak restaurant and get a 32-ounce porterhouse with mashed potatoes and usually asparagus. And it's just... Oh.
I'm here going, oh. Steak. And how do you do your steak? Kind of medium rare or well done?
Medium.
Nice. Just enough kind of, yes.
Little bit of pink in the middle, but still plenty juicy. Why kill the cow twice?
Mrs. Two-Tone likes a very well done steak. And then one day I said, try the medium well. And it was just like Christmas. It was like, oh my God. It was all different flavors and stuff. Yes. It was amazing. So, yeah, meat for the win. So, your favorite movie? Now, I imagine this is probably a hard question for you because you're probably going to say, Murph, you got to categorize them into genre or actor or year. If you're like me and I'm like you, we love our movies. So, do you have an all-time favorite movie? If you've got to watch something, it's on DVD, somewhere on the shelf, what's it going to be?
Well, if I had to give you a top three, because that's the best I'm going to be able to do, it's Days of Thunder, Terminator 2, and Saving Private Ryan.
I don't think I could kind of argue with them. Days of Thunder, just brilliant. Terminator 2, why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? And Saving Private Ryan, I was actually on the set when they were filming Saving Private Ryan. They did the beach scenes down in Waterford, down Tremor. And Tom Hanks, who, lovely guy, the crew were working in Baldonnel at the time. And got to meet him. And I didn't know who he was at the time because I was a lot younger at the stage, but I remember saying, "Oh, there's your man." And then a couple of months later, we saw the movie, and I was like, "He fought in Normandy." I knew that fella. So, Saving Private Ryan. What a great movie! Yeah, brilliant.
Tom Hanks, good-looking dude, but he's no Fabio.
He's not. He's no Fabio. I recently heard Fabio does body doubles for George Clooney. But
I believe it.
Yeah,
I believe
there's got to be truth in the rumor. So,
or does George Clooney do body double for Flying Fabio?
Nescafe, or what do they call it, Nespresso, some coffee thingy. It's all a farce. It's really coffee from Brazil. That's what it is. So I got to ask then, your favorite video game or sim? What's the one thing you're most happy playing, I suppose? Like, I mean, as streamers, you know, I mean, we work on the sim. This is what we do. But do you have like an escape kind of a game? Something that you can say, right, I'm going to park all my brain and just play this game and just have a bit of enjoyment. Do you find that in the sim, or are there other games you get that from?
I do find it in the sim. I also find it in iRacing, quite honestly. But I've always been a big fan of Halo and the campaign. I not multiplayer all that much. Never really was my jam, but the storyline from the original Halo's on. That's my comfort. I feel good. I know it's gonna come, but it's told so well.
Yeah, Halo for the way. I haven't played Halo since Halo 1, the very first Halo on the original Xbox. And
you got to finish at least the trilogy. You got to finish at least the trilogy.
So much effort is needed. Yeah, I need to get back into it. So I got to ask you, do you have a bucket list? And if you do, would you mind sharing something from it? Is there something that you're saying, I got to do that?
I do have a bucket list, and one of the big things on it is get my private pilot's license. It's something that it's been a struggle over the years to do. I have about 5 hours. I think I've got most of my flight times in a 150. I do have logged flight time in the 175, which is just awesome for me. But to get my PPL would be, you know, huge for me, because I think it's super appropriate.
Sweet. So yeah, PPL, like, as I said, I have about 5 hours in it as well, and it's something soon, I would hope, I get to kind of jump back in and do a bit more of it, because I'm sure the very first time you take the controls yourself, there's no other feel. It's like nothing beats that feeling of I've got this, you know. It's amazing.
Yep. Your first controlled crash, aka landing.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, oh my god, oh wait, that's how it's done. Yeah, absolutely.
It's okay.
Okay, we're going to move this on to the quick fire round. This is where you're not to think. It's almost like just a reflex of an answer. I'm going to ask you a question, and it's an instant one or the other. You ready?
Ready.
Okay, tea or coffee?
Energy drinks.
I was thinking. Sweet or savory?
Sweet.
Night or day?
Night.
Favorite animal?
Dog.
Dogs are winning. Boeing or Airbus?
Boeing.
Piper or Cessna?
Cessna.
Map or GPS?
Map.
IF4 or VF4?
VFR.
Favorite car?
Dodge.
Favorite rifle?
Oh, Grand.
Oh, that's such a good choice.
I've got one.
I need to see it. Up or down?
Left.
That is the right answer. Up or down? I'll go left. Okay, left or right? Up.
Straight.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, dude, listen, Colonel Fork, like, you've been part of this community since pretty much kind of the get-go, and you know, you have your streams and we see you here in the chat, and it's always a pleasure hanging out with you, dude. It really, really is. We got to open it up now. There's got to be some questions there in the chat. It's Keen Lafford kind of straight in there. Pineapple on pizza, yay or nay?
Depends on what toppings it's with, but I'm okay with it depending on the co-toppings.
There we go. Viper Strike has one here. He goes, Colonel Fork, big fan of your content. Can you tell me who your favorite NASCAR driver is?
Past Jeff Gordon, current Brad Keselowski.
What about Formula One? Have you a favorite F1 driver?
Kind of leaning towards a Lando Norris and Mick Schumacher.
Ooh, Shuey for the win. Moose Knuckle Life wants to know, boxers or briefs?
Boxer briefs.
Boxer. Oh, nice. Who else? Describe yourself in 3 words, says Keen. That's kind of hard, Keen, but give it a go.
Oh boy. Uncomplicated, lazy, giving.
That's fair. That's fair. Question for Colonel from Annalisa. What is your favorite type of ice cream?
Ooh.
Mint. You can't hear me. Only you can hear me now.
Would probably be
Mint.
Moose Tracks.
Moose Tracks.
Yes.
I would like to know more.
That has like chocolate and caramel and goodness and stuff in it.
That sounds kind of nice. Tritz wants to know, transition from FSX to Microsoft Flight Sim, was it good or bad?
That was night and day better going with MSFS. I mean, it's hard to compare the two. It's just the VFR experience is a million times better. The aircraft are so much better modeled, other than you can't open the doors, but that's a niggly bit. But yeah, it was a good transition. I like the flight models so much better. So the aircraft are so much more alive.
Another one here. Another one here from Annalisa. Have you ever broken any bones? And if so, what?
Technically, no. The best you could call it is a hairline fracture. I slipped on black ice on the job once, and I had a small hairline fracture of my right ankle.
Ooh.
And Keensman's asking if when I'm going to come to the pond. As soon as I'm able to, my brother.
Could you imagine that for a meetup? God almighty, Kingsman bringing you all around the streets of Liverpool. Matthew Square, I suppose. Oh no, Matthew Street. Concert Square and Matthew Street. Kingsman, put the kettle on. Muse fan wants to know your most anticipated add-on for Microsoft Flight Sim.
Oh, goodness. Anything that Jeppesen 2001 comes out with.
Oh, nice. Nice. Mr. Hoppy says, what is the air velocity of an unladen swallow?
Is it African or European?
Everyone gets that. Your favorite instrument, if you have one?
The beer belly.
I can play the
only one I
spoons.
can play.
All right, well, listen, I got to say, Colonel Fork, thank you so much, dude, for all the support you give me, for all the support you give our community, for your live streaming, taking us on your adventures, learning or teaching all the different knowledge of the different areas you get to. The Chase the Cup series has been absolutely incredible. I'm loving the iRacing. You're doing incredible stuff. I just want to say thank you so very, very much indeed, my dude.
Well, thanks for having me on. It's been quite an uplifting experience being part of the community from even the earliest days. In fact, I watched the bit, that very first video on August 15th where I made my first pop in, and it's been a pleasure. You're all lovely people. I can't wait to meet all of you in person when I'm able to go over to Europe and Oshkosh. Just saying.
Oshkosh, dude, it's gonna happen. All right, my dude. Right, we shall leave it there. Thank you so much, my dude, for coming on. We'll see you on your streams this week. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Colonel ColFork85.
Yeah, y'all have a good one.
Sweet. So there we have it. The one and only Colonel Fork. Wasn't that nice? Having the chat with Colonel Fork. That was lovely. So where am I? I'm over here. Oh, we're nearly there. So what we're going to do now, lads, we're going to do one of these. Now remember, Annalisa is the walking wounded, so you have to dance only with your not so baby toe. Make it happen. We got some fireflies with us. Baby toes and necks, everyone. We need numbers to make this work. We even got some Thunderflies with us. Spitfire RAF has subscribed Tier 1 for 4 months in a row, my dude. Many thanks. So we're very close to our first destination. We're going to change to heading mode and ramble out this way. Genac says, wait, who are the Fireflies? Well, we have the Fireflies, then we have the Thunderflies. Annalisa jumps from under the fluffy blanket, throws it into the air. Watch Keen catches and uses what he makes to disappear in a magic trick. Kingsman9965 is away. You take care, my dude. And many thanks for stopping by. Great to see you. Mr. Hoppy says, Annalisa's legs are currently flailing around as if independent from her body. So, we're going to do a landing here at runway 31. And the airport we're at, is it Pocono? Mountains Municipal Airport. It's a public airport 2 miles northwest of Mount Pocono in Monroe County, Pennsylvania. It's categorized as a general aviation facility. And again, a huge thanks to Mrs. Two-Tone for providing me with all the stuffage and information. Otherwise, it'd be just me. Do you saw what happened to me the last time? Was it Sunday? Here we are, flying in a place that looks like another place, but isn't quite like the first place. So at least now, well, I've something to talk about. Do you know what I mean? So, where are we at now? RHC says, hey, I grew up here. Oh, nice, dude. Does it look familiar? Kinda, sorta, almost. Now, we have the Thunderflies, but we're very close to our first landing, guys, so we will catch you on the second leg. But look at them coming in here. Look at the amount of them. Do you see them? They're there in the background. In their diamond formation. So I think we're going to make this kind of fun, right? As I said, the Thunderflies are working on a project, right? Which is incredibly outrageous and weird and beautiful and mad and nuts at the same time. So, to make this interesting, look at this, lads. Why don't we get some people guessing in the chat? What are the Thunderflies up to? Let's get some guesses to see what you guys think they might be getting up to. Hey, old veteran 965. Great to see you, Scott. They're so hot right now. So what do you think they're actually getting up to? What are they doing? Guesses into the chat now. And if anyone says they're designing a robust new pair of self-cooling underpants, you won't be wrong. You won't be right, but you won't be wrong. Raiding Dublin Zoo, Captain Sickbag. Could you imagine? Thunderflies visit the local zoo. In formation. Being dangerous. They're up to impressing us as ever. Absolutely, Dougal. Hammy mentioned it on Discord. Say nothing if you know it. Chuck says, hey Murph, the Chessman here. Chessman! It's great to see you, dude. Who else is here? Vince Z, good to see you. World Tour says PE1PQ. Oh. Speednut says, a fine line of fan accessories, like a barbecue grill and tools, a cooler, and a fan-friendly foldable chair with bottle opener. Speednut, you're onto something. I'd buy that, man. Panda Jim is here. How are you? He goes, I think they are attacking the factory and are going they're going to split into a left Twix and a right Twix wing. Genac says DC6 formation. Epic Fool says, if you know, stay stum. Yes, stay stum. We're on the North Europe server. World domination, says Scorpio. They're up to no good, says Sai. Seaboat formations. Seaboat feckin', yes. A squirrel repopulation project as well. Waltons. A squirrel repopulation project. They're here to get more squirrels. Brilliant. Hey, Nick is in the chat. Welcome aboard. Their own perfume line in collaboration with Chanel. They're going for a Guinness Book of Records for the most amount of squirrels. Look at them. What are they up to? Just what are they up to? We'll reveal it later on. Not tonight now. Well, maybe. But no, it probably won't be. They're still working on it. But they're cooking up a storm, I can tell you that. Right, we need to turn around, Murph. Yes. So autopilot off, as was our wont. And we shall start our turn. Look at the scenery here, lads. So we're going to go for runway 31. That is our destination. Speedno says, I tell you, there's a ton of, in Pennsylvania, squirrels, a famous groundhog, and a ton of deer. Where was the movie Groundhog Day? Remember Groundhog Day? With Bill Murray. Do you remember that film? I think they will bring a new free add-on about flying hot tubs into the sim. Ooh. Swelly Express says, what do you think about the new TB flight gear? The Turtle Beach? All I can say, it looks awesome. Cleveland. What's a Cleveland? Johnny says, Punastony. Punastony? Western part of the state. Ah. How do you pronounce it? Punastony? Or something like that? Pfft, I don't know.
Hey, good money.
Epic Fool says, Punastony, how could you forget? I don't know. Swelly Express is now following. Many thanks, dude. Where are we at? I'm looking up everyone waving hello as you fly over my area. Chas man, this is our neck of the woods.
Hey, good money.
They would have got away with it if it wasn't for your meddling kids. Nick has also followed. Many, many thanks, my guys. Really do appreciate all the support here, lads. Punks a Tony. Thank you, Jepson, for sounding out, man. Murph the struggle. Papa Joe B says, Murph, I live 26 miles south of where you are flying right now. Oh, wow. Put on the kettle, Papa Joe. We're coming in for a cup of tea. But you know, additives. Eamon says their own cooking or their own TV cooking series. Why not? Everything they do is top class. Could you imagine? They'd have to capture Gordon Ramsay or something. Put him into the boot of the car. That's not a bad idea. Thunder Feast or Thunder Meat or Thunder Barbecue. You could be onto it. West Point puts on some beautiful concerts. Oh, wow. Nick says a collab with London Controller. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Could you imagine Jamie dealing with the Thunderflies? Yeah, mate. And next thing the lads right, just whoop. And Jamie be like, brilliant. London Controller. If you guys get the chance to check him out, Jamie is brilliant. And he's I don't know how he does it. He uses like wizardry and sorcery. He's able to control ATC, listen to music, read the chat, and have the crack. And it does nothing to him. He's just enjoying himself. I don't know how he does it. It's very entertaining stuff though. Tritz4 says, what runway? We're going for runway 31. 31. We're getting to, do you know what I mean? We're getting there. We're getting there. Look at them. Look at them over there. Look. The state of this, lads. God almighty. Oh, look at the wind. There's a lot of things happening in the old flight sim world. Waiting for you on the left of 3-1. I'll wave to you, says Mr. Hoppy. Nice. Thunder fries. Options on Microsoft Series, on Series X, Nick. Options. What options would you like to know about? Must ask you some questions. Okay, we're heading towards runway 31. Thunderflies for right in the air show at Stewart. Ooh. Walton says, this squid is so raw I can still hear it playing the clarinet. What? Why? I missed. What? It's a very interesting. Whoa, who's this upside down person? If that's like a famous saying, I've never heard of it. That is like the most random sentence I've ever read in me life. This squid is so raw I can still hear it playing the clarinet. It was one of. Oh, was it? It was one of Ramsey's. Do you ever watch Ramsey's Kitchens or Hotels from Hell or? Do you know them ones? They're brilliant. They go in, right? And he's just like, he's really nice at the start. Hello, yes, I love you. Yes. And then he goes all kung fu in them. What is this? What is this? So Gordon Ramsay said it. Thank you, Mr. Two-Tone. I just thought it was Walton's. I was like, what? But like, it's usually the hotel owner or like the restaurant owner or manager. Like, there's always like the middle part of the episode is just like, he ain't gonna tell me how to run my shop. And then like a minute later, I've no money and the business is doomed. It's doomed. And then Gordon Ramsay fixes it all. He walks away. And then usually when you read through the credits, 4 months later, the place closed down. What? How is that entertainment? The place should be absolutely booming for business. Nick says, do you think Flight Sim will run well on next-gen consoles? Yes. Now, they have said 30 FPS. Who knows, it might get better, but 30 FPS at the moment. People are freaking out going, oh my god. Lads, I'm telling you, for Flight Sims, 30 FPS is fine. You don't need higher frames. Where's the lamb sauce? Never seen a man spit out as much food as Gordon. He's brilliant though, isn't he? Like, he is brilliant. Oh, there's the runway there, Murph. What were you thinking? Don't mind me. We were taking the scenic route. Is it Ramsay's Hotel or Hotels from Hell? It's brilliant TV. It's great. Racing Slow is here. Oh man, I have no idea how to navigate on this plane other than GPS. Well, you can use VOR navigation. VORs means you need to look up the frequency of various VORs where you're flying to. You tune your nav radio into that frequency, and as you're flying toward it, it sends out a signal, and your instruments will indicate what direction. You then turn your instruments to said direction and follow the number it's directing to. VOR navigation, I can point you in the direction of a lot of kind of tutorials for it. It is something I'll be doing soon. Basic kind of VOR. What a horrible landing, lads. There's get to the chopper. It's a floaty McFloaty float, but it's okay. We'll ease our way in here, lads. Ease it in. We're using all the runway today. Landing rate of 3 feet per minute. Do you know what I mean? That was Manky Murphy. There's always so many shiny, slimy gone off kitchens in those shows. Why? Just what? Yeah, there's horrible kitchens. But it's my focus tends to be on GA stuff because it's a very good induction point for flight simming. So I will be working on more tutorials. I've done a couple of tutorials in the past. They're all right, but when it comes to VOR stuff and more GA stuff, I'll start doing a bit more like that. Just enough to kind of get you by. It won't be, Fabio's level. It'll be enough to get you by. Now, we need to do one of these. And this, with a bit of that, and this. Yes. So, down to the runway we go. Let's check the dudes coming in. There's Cy 120, Cy Murray, Eamon is there, Muse Fan, Airwolf in the chopper, Jan Moorcamp, Thunderflies, immediately flying overhead. And they did a break. There's the break. There they go. Amazing stuff. Grey Hawk is inbound. There's Egged Barley. There's a pair of legs hanging out of a Cessna. Go on, Tarnish. He's down. There's Captain Sickbag. Flying Trits. I actually can believe that was not butter, says Mr. Hoppy. Yeah, I have the Piper. I have the PA-28. It's amazing. We can see Big Papa Paulie. There is Druid Zeus, Dougal McTavish, Whack-A-Mo. We felt that one. But he's down and safe. Here comes Soaring AJ. There's Gordon 77, Viper Strike inbound. There is Merlin Flyer. Nick asks, what's my favourite aircraft to fly in the sim? Blackheart 46, nice landing. I love the PA-28. The DC-6 is remarkable. I still like the... Airwolf. I still like the Cessna 172. Lightman or Barchetta and Like to Program all coming in together. Nicely done, my dudes. There is Twisted Drator. Nice Air Shark there in the beautiful Corsair. There's Chilled Corky. Fighting the wind. There's Vacuum Centaur. Captain Bombasso is in the house. Great to see you, my dude. Rogers RC75 inbound. ColFork says, I'm going to have to watch the VOD and see how much of a fool I've made. Not at all, my dude. That was great fun. Here's Biggles. With a bounce. Captain Sick Bag is away. You take care, my dude. Early start in the morning. How early is an early start? Is it like before the 6 o'clock? As our thunder flies of HCBR, Dennis G, Masonic Lake, Frozen, Steve Solo UK, Mart 362, Catbat 9 is there with them. Spongy is with them as well. Beautiful stuff, my dudes. And now all my Timbits are gone. Timbits for the win! No. I left you in this position. In our beauty... Get with the grass, Murph. Get with the grass, you devil, you. Our beautiful Cessna 172. Right. Buttons. Here we go. So what we're going to do now, we're going to depart from runway 31 and we're going to make our way down to Mir. Is it Mir or Mir? Army Airfield. It's Kilo Mike Uniform India. And along the way, the Thunderflies are going to be putting on a bit of a show. So what I want to do is get airborne, get ourselves set up, and we'll check out some of the flight that the Thunderflies are going to do. Now, what altitude do we need for here? It's I don't know. We'll find out together, man. So park and brake coming off. And we'll just do the merry ramble back towards the active. So runway 31 is what we're looking for. We can move the dial back to 31, which is about there. We have 2,500 feet set up already. And we'll do our thing. 2,500 feet should be low as his Muse fan. Nice, dude. So we're just going to taxi back. Now, what else have we to say? Some news anyway, right? So some of our news this week, our news, of course, is always brought to us by MSFSaddons.com. Great bunch of lads, really, really sound, and they have some news to provide with us. So be sure to check out MSFSaddons.com. So in the news, Flight Simulator on Xbox will support cross-play with PC versions. Existing Windows Store's owners already own it. What? So basically it means when the Xbox console releases, when Flight Sim releases for the Xbox console, it means then that, well, the Xbox crowd are going to be able to fly along with us and we're all going to share the virtual skies, which is going to be very, very cool indeed. Be interesting to see how the servers kind of behave. It'll be interesting to see if there's going to be additional controls given. So it's going to be interesting. It's it's going to be loads of crack. But let's see what happens, shall we? But also, Orbex, our friends over at Orbex, they have released a new airport, which is that of Van Nuys over in California. We gave a kind of a preview shout on this a week or two ago. And also news from Orbex, well, the next landmark project they're working on, and they have some pictures, so be sure to check out Orbex, their website, Orbex Direct. It's going to be for Dubai. And it looks incredible. Absolutely amazing. So actually, where's my mouse? Come here, mouse. Do we actually have it over here? Let's see now. Let's see. Because if I can find this, I'll show you this just before we leave. Add directory. Hang on. Wait for it. Scenery. Wrong button, Murph. Scenery. So if we do this, look. Look at that, lads. Look at the state of that. Isn't it only mad looking? Dubai. Now that looks impressive, doesn't it? Flying around Dubai. Look at it. It's amazing looking. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever been to Dubai. I might be going, perhaps this year, but it looks amazing. I can't wait for them to do Dublin. When I saw DUB, I was like, and then it was Dubai, I was like, oh. But I really am looking forward to this one. It's huge. OMDB, isn't that Dubai's airport ICAO code? But it looks impressive to say the least. Orbex are absolutely smashing it out of the ballpark with all their fantastic sceneries. And I'm a huge fan of what they do. They're doing great things for the flight sim, including also, be sure to check it out. They have a free mesh upgrade for Iceland, which is super duper. Jepson says, I used to work and live in Dubai. I wonder if my old place is modelled OMDB. Interesting. I imagine we should see this released in the next week or two. But as you can see from the pictures, I mean, it's staggering. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm looking forward to that one. Like the program says, I'm parking my airplane for right now. However, I will be watching the rest of the stream. Enjoyed it. Have a great rest of your flight, everyone. Well, many thanks. Like to program. Hey, who be this? Sim Aviation Erling is here. Good to see you. So yeah, it looks really, really good. So a big shout out to our friends over at MSFSaddons.com. Thank you so much for providing us with the news. And there's lots of it. And the last bit of news, lads. Sim Toolkit Pro has been updated to version 0.7x. Basically, it's the single largest performance update to date. The new update for Sim Toolkit Pro has a brand new map, which has been enhanced for speed and efficiency. Furthermore, there are new import options for those looking to bring their flight logs from other platforms and services. So if you guys have Sim Toolkit Pro, there is a new update for it. It's very, very good. So, moving on. We're going to do with this. So, don't need flaps. Lights, set, squawk is squawking, power coming in. Eyes on the floor. Wrong button! Where's me mouse? There it is. It's too late. We went through a plane. The shame! Look at that for... Get to the chopper, now! He's flying beside us! So, there is 60 knots. Oopsie daisy. There we go. Positive rate of climb, we're indicating the same. Continue. Very, very nice indeed. So what we're going to do, we're going to fly runway heading for the moment. We can go ahead and activate our heading mode. Yes, yes. Autopilot on, heading. Altitude, we're going to go for 2,500 feet. And we want to climb... Oh, wait now. Our current altitude here is 2. We'll go for 3.5... hang on, Murph. We need to go higher. 4,500 feet we go. Altitude mode selected. 500 feet per minute. Wrong button, Murph, but that'll do. So we'll fly in this heading for a moment. All is well, lads. 4,500. Thanks, Moose. Chasman, we're on the North Europe server, my dude. North Europe. Now, where are we at? It's a busy night. Now, we need to do one of these. Oh, yeah. It is time to say thank you to a lot of awesomely cool people. We'll start with our flight crew. We say hello and thank you to Anna Crusses, Andy Shaw, Austin Butenbach, Sir Neil, Fly Darren, Ford Entertainment Group, Gareth Byrne, Goblin to Biz, Hal Jor, Larson 202, Nathaniel Davin, Nick Stratford, Peter Fastbeat84, Peter Paskoff, Ricky Callagher, Tim Middleton, WB 1990, and Willie Canuck. My thanks as always, my dudes. Moving on, we got our co-pilots. And a big shout out to Bad Dog, He's a great dog. Really great dog. We have Brian Spain, Captain Sickbag, Dougal McTavish, Jarden One Abel, John Ambler, John Morris, Nudis Regum, Mark Dyson, Mr. Z123, Noel K, Patrick Cullen, Pilot Peely, Tony Robinson, 6 Knots, Abbo92, 8 Barley, Ailerons into Wind. What's he doing over there? Airwolf 643, Alaska 559, Andrew Hill, Arctic Turn, Andrew, Aquatine, AZ Blue Line, Baron Cosp. The Tunage, my man, the Tunage. We have Bellbro, Bosman, Billowette, Brandon Lowe, Brown Doe, Bit Monster, Catbat 9, Causeway 04, CDN Taz, Salary Sticks, Chilled Corky, Citizen 6, Cool Sax 98, Captain Aeons, Crompton 33, Cybo Man Drew. See You Later, DC Viper, Eamon 1973, Eltar 8800, Espin 74, Faranox, Findle 70, Fort Noob 15, for Rosen. Friend to all, Gary JF, Gordon 77, G Funk 666, GNLU. Left turn over to 240 degrees as we continue on with the shout outs because you're all amazing. Play that one again. Someday we'll get it all into the one, right? Moving on, we have Goblin Zeus, Hans Gruber Jr., Hasco 1970, Hawk Driver 101, Here's Johnny, Hopping Orange, Irlansky, Jacob Mossad, Jan Moorkamp, Jeff Hartley 1984, Joey Bolo, Johnny Aardvark, Jim Mau Moo, Jordan J, Jay Winokur, Carevler Merch, Kirkness, Kevin, Kingsman 9965, Copper Pete, Kozaki Flyer, Lenning Way, Like to Program, London Controller, Low Lead AV, Melker Burger, Masonic Lake, Mike 71G, Mild Cat. We got an MJ, Daiso, Mr. Z Rider, Muse Fan, Naughty No, Neon Jedi, Night Zep, Noel K, Pat 691, Phil Does Twitch, Pyrotech, Purple Kona, Putin, Pilot, no, Rad Pilot Randy, RDW was taken, Red Dragon Comrie, Rob MCR, Rogers RC75, Roger Mo, Samson Video, Scorpio, CDL, Shoney Gaming, Shuffle Shoes, Skydive Man, Spectre Meltdown, Speed Nut, Spitfire RAF 100, Splasher 6, Steve Solo UK, Storm Talker, Swamp Dragon, The Flying Fabio, Tritz 4, Wakamo, Waltons, Wiganer 99, K Branch, and Sir Fuzz. Many thanks, Madoos. Yeah, baby, yeah! Next up, we have our pilots in command. A big shout out to Ailerons into Wind, Oz Flight Simmer, Captain Rudiger, Dangerous Brian, Dazza Arab, HCBR 1100, Annalisa, Jeff Hartley, Kaharia, Kevmo 25, Mr. Chippy, Mad C 888, Scotland Comet Project, Seamus McNeil, Soaring AJ, Tom the Crab, Warhamster, Wayne Prefontaine, Wayne Butler, IB Proof in 007, and Jefferson 2001. Yeah, baby! Thank you all so very much indeed, my dudes.
This way.
I'm picking up. I know where I'm picking up sound from. I need to mute the sound because Epic's a legend. Now, Epic, we're okay. We're sound again. That could have been interesting. The lads could have been saying anything that I had on my other screen. Last but not least, we have our wing commanders, and a huge shout out to Alison Johnson, Andy Brown, Colonel Fork85, Gibbo Ireland, Old Veteran 965, and PE1PQ. The support I get, the support you guys show, it's bananas. So I want to thank you all so very, very much indeed, guys. Thank you ever so much for all the support. It's never, ever, ever required. If you can, brilliant. If you can't, don't worry about it in the slightest. I've said from day one, the objective of, well, what we do, there was no financial gain in mind. I just wanted to just do a thing. And you guys show up, I get to do it, and well, it's just been fantastically brilliant. We're nearly at this a year. What? Nuts. So thank you so very much indeed. Old Veteran says, where did the voice come from? Nowhere, Scott. It was in your head. You didn't hear it here. I left another audio source on. Epic Phil didn't tell me there was audio. There was audio. Murph, not to sound like I've too much time on my hands, But that current link is... Have it on! That's where they're hearing the sounds from! Oh look! Thunderflies! We need to do a thing. This is important. I've been doing this for ages. Are we ready? Go get them, Murphy. For our viewing pleasure, we've got the Thunderflies. We flew over the speedway. Oh, God almighty. Colonel Fork, I'm trying to multitask. It's not going well. Muse fan buying an official Two-Tone Murphy mug. Many thanks, my dude. Most men can't multitask. I'm under pressure, Mrs. Two-Tone. I'm doing my best here. Your best isn't good enough, she says. The love is real. Look at the state of this, lads. Look how tight that formation is. Shots fired! And the shots continue to be fired. Look at this for formation, lads. Amazing. Beautiful. The roll to the left. Ah, lads. Tunage, Murph. Bell Bro, many thanks for the membership, my dude. PE1PQ's gotta go. You take care, my dude. Have a great night. Many thanks for stopping by. Look at the state of this. Amazing stuff, guys. It's so tight. It's amazing. They've brought out the big guns. Some say Murph can't even keep up with them. For all we know is, they're called the Thunderflies. Look at that for a break. Absolutely incredible stuff. They make it look so incredibly easy, it's not even funny. Rabbit Rhino's in the chat. Good to see you, dude. He says, hey, Murph and chat, I'm new here. Oh, welcome aboard, dude. Happy Wednesday. Dougal says I could watch those guys all day. Absolutely. A big shout out to our Thunderflies. Absolutely incredible air show. And a huge thanks to Epic Fool providing us with the window of insight that we see in our top right hand corner. Epic Fool, many thanks as always, my dude, for the extra cameras. Look at the scenery though. Do you know what I mean? Now, nav mode, Murph. Yes. So we're currently kind of trucking away here. I say trucking, we're not trucking, we're just doing our thing. Anyway, we'll ramble over here. Rabbit Rhino says, got a question. I've seen a lot of streamers playing Microsoft Flight Sim, and they make it seem like I have to be a literal pilot to play it. I know it's a simulator, but I do really need to know how to calculate, or do I really need to know how to calculate wind speed, oil pressure, and look up plane pre-flight checklists to play the game? The answer, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It is a flight simulator, okay? And what it does really, really well. What it can't do, it just can't do yet. In terms of using this for the real world application, you're going to get some people saying it's not good. You're going to get other people who are saying it's brilliant. I reckon it's brilliant because it's relative to what I do in the real world, which is only starting on a PPL, a private pilot license. And I can do pretty much what I need to in the sim that assists me in the real world. Anywhere from, cockpit familiarization, understanding navigation, voice procedure when it comes to air traffic control. All of these things. Sir Neil, many thanks for the memberage stuff, me dude. So if you just want to be able to pick this up and go fly with your buddies using an Xbox console and a controller, you absolutely can. And not only that, Ron Flyer, thanks for the follow, my dude. Not only that, this could be like an arcade-esque game if you want it to be. It absolutely can. You can explore the entire world in this. What I love most about Flight Sim, it gives you the option if you want to learn how to do it. If you want to fly along with people, if you want to learn how to do the real world stuff, well, you can. If you don't want to do that, that's fine too. You can just go flying with your friends. You could be in different parts of the world and say, hey, Johnny, what's the weather like out in, outer Mongolia? Well, you can all spawn in on Johnny in outer Mongolia and go flying. It's amazing. Hey, Colonel Fork giving a tier 1 sub to Rabbit Rhino. Ah. Very kind of you. So, if you want to be like, the anorak wearing hardcore sim, and there's nothing wrong with them. Like, I try to be as good as I can when it comes to the procedures, when it comes to some of the more complicated aircraft. I just don't stream it. For me, I can't, not that I can't enjoy myself, but I'm pretty relaxed in this environment because I'm comfortable flying GA aircraft. I'm relatively okay using a GPS. I can go kind of VOR if I have to, but I just like to have the crack. And it's more about the community for me. That's what it's all about. I can have the chat with you lot, read what's going on, show off our amazing aerobatic display team, which are the Thunderflies, show off the Fireflies, who are here behind us doing mad things. Look at the formation flying from these guys. And our Fireflies, by the way, they're just you and I. Anyone who wants to come along and fly with us, we gave them the name Firefly because, well, if you look at the lights away off in the distance, we said at one nighttime stream, someone said, hey, they look like fireflies. And we're like, hey, Firefly, and that's how it happened. Do you know? So it's amazing. It's the community thing. That's my gig. That's what I want to do because it was missing for a long time. It was missing. You didn't have communities focused on the GA unless just kind of a bunch of people, complete strangers, walk in as strangers and walk out as friends. That was the whatever they call it, and that's what we have. And there's other communities now. Some will focus on edutainment. It's educational, and also there's entertainment. I would highly recommend the Flying Fabio. You will learn so much from the dude. Such a base of knowledge, and just a top class entertainer. If you want to look at, say, some of the air traffic control, how do you figure out how ATC works? have a look at London Controller. Jamie, really, really knowledgeable, nice guy. There's so much stuff out there now, and there's so many different content creators. It's amazing. You could actually learn how to fly within reason, just by using this sim, and with the information you can learn by watching the live streams. For me, the only difference between this and real world flying is the sense of, lift, up, down, like you're not moving, the smells, and load bearing. There's no physical forces load bearing. When you're flying, when you're in a real plane, like they move, right? They hop and they jump and they go up and down and all this sort of stuff, and they yaw a little bit as well. But the biggest thing that's missing, and considering that's all that's missing, it just goes to show how good these things are. There's no physical forces being deployed on you. You can't feel any of the physical forces. Let them be G or torque, getting butterflies in your stomach when you do a negative G or a positive G or whatever it is. And then also the controls on your hands. When you pull back on a yoke, or you add power, or you trim the aircraft correctly, you can feel the controls get lighter or heavier depending what you're doing. It's amazing. And other people call other things seaboats. Yeah, thanks, Keen. I said seaboat. I said flying planes the other day. Listen, at some stage, Murph will absolutely make an idiot of himself. It's what I do best. Unless I go shake your chair, Murph. Oh yeah, Flight Sim also comes with its own sound effects. Usually a big, massive pot that you cook in and a wooden spoon. And when you tend to fall asleep after having a few pints the night before, a Mrs. Two-Tone will appear unannounced and hit the badang, and you wake up in such a fright you end up kicking the table. Look at the terrain. I even see a seaboat and flying planes. That's terrible, isn't it? Not to mention, we're all a bit mad. Wigs, fans, bins, and crazy people, welcome all. Absolutely, Annalisa. That's what you need, though. I'm Irish. I'm from Ireland. The whole population here, we're all a bit mad. You have to be. We're Irish. That's our thing. We're half mad. But no, it's community is great, and if you can experience these things, this sort of traveling in the world and flying with your friends and making new friends, especially in the times that we were in, it's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Now, where are we at? How long do you fly? How long do I fly? Well, if it's a stream is usually 2 hours, but like I've often put in many hours flying. I tend to fall asleep in the cruise phase. It's really handy. Once I get to cruise, I'll kind of just like drift off or nod off, and then I'll wake up with there's nothing worse. I've often overshot the runway because I woke up too late. I did a flight a few weeks ago. I took off from I was flying something from Maastricht, and I says, I'll head back to Dublin. And I woke up over Donegal, which is many miles beyond Dublin. Whoopsie. ColFork says, you said you wanted something interesting for a second leg. I'm just about to jump out? You know what I mean? We're going to hop out now and look at the scenery. ColFork, you've hit the nail on the head. Trit says, just as well there aren't any smells the way I fly. Oh dear. Being Irish rubs off. I'm English but have an Irish name. And I'm mad because of it. Eamon, it's grand. Eamon is a very Irish name. Eamon. That will put the sim in another level when it allows for force feedback on flight controls. Absolutely, Scott. It's like Father Ted in the car when he yawns. Oh, I almost drifted off there. Yeah, and the car drove for the whole night. It's brilliant. Right, what we're going to do, we're going to play some music. That's what we do. We'll do a bit of this, yes, and a bit of this, yes, and we'll jump outside and check out some scenery. Would you look at the state of this for a view? So if you guys are new here, we live stream every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 1900 Zulu time. Monday nights are on YouTube. Wednesdays and Fridays are right here on Twitch. We have a Discord and a website. Be sure to check them out. Links gone into the chat. Noel K is away. You take care, my dude. Sure, even Matt LeBlanc is Irish now. Is he? Sure, Barack Obama, like. There's no one as Irish as what? How did that happen? Look at them go. Upside down and everything. That's probably Skydive Man. He likes flying upside down. Look at the scenery, lads. Isn't this stunning? Absolutely gorgeous stuff going on here. Amazing stuff. And now for something completely different. Screenshot for the win. Look at this scenery. Isn't it amazing? Oh, look at that! Walton's got the animated emotes. Your man's giving it socks. When's the animated hot tub coming? That's okay, Kozaki. You take care, my dude. Absolutely amazing. So we're doing well. We're about 12-ish, 13-ish minutes out. But look at the scenery. Now we might, we're at 3.5. I reckon we can go down to 2.7 just to make it look a bit weird. They won't mind. We rang ahead. All is well. Hey, Johnny Aardvark is here. Good to see you. So, yeah, look, the Cessna 172. So any of you guys waiting for the Xbox release, this aircraft will also be available for the Xbox. Johnny Aardvark has subscribed for 5 months. Yeah, baby. Many, many thanks, my dude. Thanks so much for all the support, guys. Really do appreciate it. Speaking of appreciating things, I need to appreciate a lot of people as well. Over on this side, well, we have our moderators and also our community managers. Thank you all so very much indeed, my guys. We have a great bunch of lads and lassies all together, who include Gibbo Ireland, Naughty Gnome, Warhamster. We have Alison Johnson, Annalisa, Old Veteran, Colonel Fork, Dangerous Brian, Dougal McTavish, Seamus McNeil, Stuart Payne, and also our one and only Mrs. Two-Tone. Do you know what I mean? It's like the Knight Rider playing it. Oh, do you remember Knight Rider? What was his name? Kid. Yes, Michael. Do you remember Knight Rider? Do you remember the music? Oh, yeah. Knight Rider. Gotta listen to that. What was your favourite kind of mid-90s TV show? Let's talk about it. We have Knight Rider, Chips, The A-Team, MacGyver, right? What was your favourite? Chris Arb is here, following from Gatwick. Good to see you, my dude. Happy Wednesday. Batman the Animated Series. Oh, Airwolf. Do. Yeah, that was great. Old Veteran didn't like Chips. The two lads in the motorcycles. And the man in the motor with Baxter. He kicked him. Airwolf. A lot of people like Airwolf. Really, in aviation community likes Airwolf. Eight Barley liked the A-Team. Who's your favourite? I pity the fool. Or Murdoch. Murdoch with a cigar. Surely they were all 80s. Maybe they were. Hammy says there's only one right answer. Baywatch. Some people stand in the darkness, afraid to step into the light. Slow motion, running Murph with the long hair. I'm always ready. I won't let you out of my sight. I'll be there. Forever and always. I'll be there. David Hasselhoff, come on out of it. It was amazing. Murdoch, aka Lieutenant Barclay. Was that Lieutenant out of Star Trek? Hardly. Airwolf, I really want... Oh, Magnum. Do you remember Magnum? Two-Tone Jr. said he likes Inspector Gadget or Batman. Go, Gadget, Chopper. And with that, a helicopter appears out of his head. Do. Do. Do you remember Inspector Gadget? There's got to be a proper movie done. Proper movie. He-Man. Do you remember He-Man? He-Man. What was the music to He-Man? Hawaii 5-0. Don't diss the Hoff. Don't hassle the Hoff. The Fall Guy was another good one. Oh, yeah. Rabbit Rhino says, you guys have been all amazing and welcoming. That's what they do. They're like that. Some say they're like tamed animals in the wild. For all we know is, they're the Fireflies. By the power of Grayskull. Yes, Waltons, yes! Do you remember like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and April O'Neil and stuff? And then Thunderflies. And what was the other one? The Cats. Thundercats. There's a name. Star Trek in the 90s was greatness. But keeping up appearances. Ah, yes. I remember Inspector Gadget. He-Man and Voltron. Oh, yeah. A-Team, an Emirates Airlines engineer, recreated the A-Team van in exacting detail, even down to the interior, whilst I was in Dubai. He was trying to convince me to buy a Corvette. Could you imagine? Mr. Hoppy says, some say if you tune to 87.5 FM, you can hear their thoughts. My grand's dog was named Shira. No way! That's did you name her that, like? Surely your grand kind of said, you can call her whatever. Faulty Towers. Sybil, you have the soup. Oh, Basso. Okay. Manuel, table for two. Okay. Red Dwarf. Oh, do you remember what? Yeah, Red Dwarf was good. Babylon 5. Yes. The Den TV, it was just a bit... Dempsey's Den. Or was it with Ray, with Zig and Zag, and Dustin? Wait. Do you remember Dustin? My grand's cat was named Kano after Kano from Mortal Kombat. Because he had dodgy eye. Or he had a dodgy eye. Kano or Kano? Mortal Kombat. Who was your man? Was that Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat? Lee Yu Lung. Remember that fella? He do like a flying drop kick. He go knockout. Finish him. So many great shows in the 80s and 90s. Do you remember Quantum Leap? There was a great show. Quantum Leap. That was one of my favourites. Luke Hang. That's the one, Annalisa. Yes. Zola says, you're not flying the DC-6 Murph. No, I will soon. Hello. Quiet, you stupid woman. Do you remember Hello? That was brilliant. Get over here. Oh, yeah, your man. I don't know what he did. And Sub-Zero. The Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah, that was good. Quantum Leap, right? Wasn't that amazing? Fatality. Huh? Quantum Leap was greatness. It really was. Quantum Leap, the one with the dinosaurs. Wayne P. Fonda. No, Quantum Leap is your man. What was his name? He went back in time with the machine and he had Al. And your man, Raiden. Oh, do you remember Raiden? Land of the Lost. Scott Bakka. He went on to be in Star Trek Enterprise. That was him. Ziggy. Ziggy. Yes, Ziggy. Do you know the console from Sega? Which one? Was it the Dreamcast or the Mega Drive? Thunderflies. Buck Rogers. Yeah, he jumped to different times in his lifetime to correct errors, yeah. Scott Bakula, also known as Dr. Samuel Beckett. Yes. He's now in NCIS. Is he? Nice. The older dude was the fella from Beverly Hills Cop 2. Beverly Hills Cop 2. Do you remember Beverly Hills Cop 3? Wonderland. Wonderland. Mr. DeWalt. Was it DeWalt? DeWalt. What's his name? Jerry, Gary, John, Harry. What's his name? Something DeWalt. Head of security. Leaping from life to life, putting right what once went wrong. Quantum Leap. Oh, it was brilliant. The new Twilight Zone, also in the 80s. The Dukes of Hazzard. Dukes of Hazzard were good. Oh boy. Yeah, do you remember it? That used to be brilliant. And then one time he actually got back to his own place. Do you remember? And then he had to leave it again. Unsolved Mysteries. Your man in the trench coat. They've been looking for answers for years. And do you remember Sightings? Sightings was another one. Chips. Yeah. Unsolved Mysteries was good. Robert Stack. Wasn't he in Airplane? Didn't they bring him into Airplane? He was like the pilot, the guy on the ground. He was going to tell them what to do. Wasn't that him? I think so. Due South. I don't know what that one was. He did a cameo in like Wayne's World or something. Yeah, that's him. Yeah. But didn't he do a cameo in Wayne's World? I think he was a Transformer in the 80s movie. Really? Rescue 911 with William Shatner. There's someone on the line. Someone calling to answer the phone. Yeah, he'd be good at that. What was the other one he did? He was in Boston Legal or something, wasn't it? It was him it was he who punched the monk in the gut. Yes. Ottoman being mentioned already. Ottoman. What was your man out with Transformers that did all the voices?
I am Optimus Prime.
That fella. What a voice. Old Veteran says, Due South. Yeah, that was brilliant. The Canadian Mountie. He went on. He was in the film. He played the FBI agent in the one with Leonardo DiCaprio and what's it called? You know the one I'm talking about. Leonardo DiCaprio. And Jonah something. And he plays the part of kind of like a con artist who got people to invest in the stock exchange. The Wolf of Wall Street, that's the one. He was the FBI agent in that. The Little Hobo. There's a dog that's travelled. Doctor Who for a long time, one of my favourite TV series is Goblin. Oh yeah. Doctor Who? Doctor Who? Doctor Who? Doctor Who? What's the ICAO? We shall be landing, very close to landing, in a place called Murr Army Airfield, or it could be Mirror, Kilo Mike Uniform, India. I saw a costume recently, says Annalisa. Someone dressed up as Optimus Prime made out of Amazon boxes. Amazon Prime Transformers. I am Amazon Prime. Could you imagine? Could you imagine it, sports fans? Now, we're pretty much over the runway. So, where's my mouse? There it is. It's kind of a Thunderflies. Look at the state of it. This scenery is just amazing, lads. Hill Street Blues. Oh yeah, that was good. Captain Bombasso says, the guy that did Optimus Prime voice also did Predator. He also did multiple voices in the original G.I. Joe. Oh, nice. MacGyver, yeah, that was great. Hey, Rodrigo Pinchari is in the house. Great to see you, my dude. Happy Wednesday. I hope all is well. Hope you're keeping well. So, airport, Murph. What are we going to do for a landing here? Let's see now. Select runway. Yes, yes. Runway 25 is giving us the best windage. So what we're going to do, because we're so close, we're going to just head south here for the minute. The beautiful south. We're going to head and just fly around for a moment or two. Heading mode engaged. Midnight caller. Hammy says the X-Files. The X-Files. Mulder and Scully. I want to believe. The X-Files used to be brilliant. Midnight caller. The X-Files. Do you remember watching them? Wasn't the story was Fox Mulder's sister was taken and she went missing? Twilight Zone, says Chris Garb. Yeah. Twilight Zone was good. Happy Wednesday, my dude, says Rodrigo. It's great to see you, mate. Night Stalker. Oh, Night Stalker. Do you remember Night Stalker? That was good too. X-Files brilliant, says Goblin. Just epic, lads. Absolutely epic. The Fugitive. Oh, it's a movie that... Wait, was there a TV show, The Fugitive? UFO? Rabbit Rhino. Let's not forget Alf, Dinosaurs, and DuckTales. Do you remember DuckTales? DuckTales. Woohoo. Do you remember that? The Outer Limits. Buffy, says Muse Fan. Buffy and Angel. Remember them? What were the other ones? Beverly Hills 90210. And Glen Rowe. Yes. Don't forget to lose altitude. Yes. Down we go. Steve says Thunderbirds. 5, 4, 3. The Thunderbird. Thunderbird 2. The green thing. Darkwing Duck. Home Improvement. Do you remember Home Improvement? We used to have a neighbour who I used to call, what was his name? You can only see this much. He was behind a fence. I didn't know his name for years. I just go out into the Al, I think it was. I go into the garden. I was like, hey. I had me very own Al. Ernie and Bert. Hey, Bert. Hey, Ernie. Hey, Bert. Captain Scarlet. Yeah. Teletubbies? Did you get Pete and Pete over here? No, don't think so. Don't think so. Al was a sidekick. Yeah, it was Al. But that in the garden. You'd only see from here up. Oh. That was brilliant. Thunderbirds, and a must-watch is Team America. America! Yeah. Hey, Coffee Junkie's here. I'll go back further and start with Stingray and Fireball. Ooh. Wilson. The Flintstones. Clangers, says Veganer. Clangers? You go too far west and you'll end up in the Horse Track Casino. Ooh. The partial face was Wilson. In what? In which? In what? Wilson! Was it that fella? No. Oh, King of the Hill. We need Coffee House to do that. Do you ever hear Coffee House doing Hank Hill? At the dang Bobby. Oh no, was it? Oh no, the Bobby at the dang propane. I sell it, so you use it. And then you have like Boomhauer. He doesn't make any sense. And then you have the other fella. Oh heck, you need to buy a Fiat Dale. Coffee House does the accent. It's amazing. Speed Note, you got it. He does a great impression. That boy ain't right. Oh, Bobby. They were like they were the producers of Beavis and Butthead. Pretty cool. Oh. Mr. Happy says, my name is Murph and I sell airplanes and airplane accessories. Wait, what? I believe that was Space 99. Ah. Right, we need to do a thing. Left turn, Murph, over to 110 degrees. Ooh, steady. Yes. Now, as beautiful and as nice is the scenery here, well, we like to crank things up a bit. So, folks, let us now change the weather to storm. Yes, this definitely works. We're going to go for a storm. Are we ready? It needs to happen. What does this one do? No, we'll do this one. Yes! Turn your weather settings onto storm and let's see if we can land it this machine here, Red Rider. I just read about everything in the chat and my name isn't Thank you, Colonel Fork, thank you. You guys are dangerous. A stormy landing, can it happen? Can we do it? Release the Kraken. Oh, Morecambe and Wise, yeah. Benny Hill. Chris Arb, great stuff. Do you remember School Around the Corner? Just the same. It's the school around the corner. Do you remember that, Annalisa? Did you secretly wish you'd be on it some year in your school? And then, like, be petrified if they asked you? Can you be struck by lightning? Yes, only once. Thunderfly is approaching to guide us through the storm. My storm isn't like your storm. Guide us in, Thunderflies. Let's make it even more interesting. Ooh. This is positively terrifying. Who put him in charge? There we go. Go on to Echo Island. Do you remember the other one? You used to win like 1 iotas. Remember like the crystals or something? Look at the state of this hell. What is this? Look at that for a view though. God almighty Dougal. It is the apocalypse. There is serious weather hitting us. Slight course deviation, head 090. Zero visibility. This is going to be interesting. We can see the thunder flies. They're so hot right now. Lead us to the runway, my dudes. Welcome to the apocalypse, Mr. Squidward. I hope you like leather. What? Look at the state of this, lads. Let's head over to 030 degrees. No pressure, Murph, says Epic. The Thunderflies are relying on you to get them safely down. Don't follow me! God almighty, look, we're getting thrown around the shop. I reckon where these people come from, they all have the same haircut. Kind of like a horizontal mohawk. Can we do it, sports fans? Can we land safely? Imagine cutting to a commercial break right now. Find out after the break. Could you imagine? Murph, what are you doing to us? Anyone else terrified? There's a biplane with no lights, for crying out loud. Look! The big light from the south! It must be the Thunderflies! Jazz, I wouldn't want to hit the ground here now. No pressure, lads. No pressure at all. Tune in next week. Same bat channel, same bat time. Murph runs a Twitch ad. Could you imagine? Will we finish the stream with an epic crash? Stay tuned, fans. Tune in next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Wrong airfield, Murph. Wait, what? What's gonna happen? There's a storm coming. Elevation's all over the shop. Wind speed is all over the shop. It's 11 degrees outside. Course correction, heading to 360 degrees. We have nothing to fear but everything. Someone say instrument rated pilot. Coffee Junkie says, I'm hiding behind the settee. I can't look. We're getting close. We're getting very close. There has to be something now that can be like terrifying. Hang on.
For immersion.
You're shaking me chair, you scared the crap out of me. Mr. Two-Tone arrived. Don't you break the chair, I'll end up like HCBR on the ground looking up saying, how did I get here?
It's just for immersion.
Stop taking me chair one little break. I'll end up like H. Look at them, there they are. We need more music or something. This is look at the lights. Look at the state of that. God almighty. We need to do something. Hang on. Hang on. Jeez, the weather. This is a terrible idea. Do I not? Oh, I do. Hang on. Play a bit of this. Yeah, this will psych us up. She is the force feedback. Right. Let's do this thing in a moment when we're going to do the thing. What an epic shot this is. Look at it! The way the lighting works, look. We can see the thunderflies. Will they guide us in? Or will they just kind of go... No. Well, at least I know we have a bit of kind of room to maneuver with the terrain. Do you know what I mean? And it's raining and it's giving it socks, and look at the state of this. Sounds very peaceful. You'd almost fall asleep listening to this. You know, until this happens.
Traffic. Traffic.
It's only marginal VFR there, Jeff. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Right, does anyone know a frequency we can dial into, like, an NDB or a VOR? Here lies Tombstone Murphy. His last words were... Look at the state of that. Yes, yes. 1 to 1.5. Hang on. 1 to 1.5. That's calm. How do we get the... No. I want to change this. There we go. 121. 114.6, is it? Okay, and then 121.5. Oh, that's the emergency frequency. Okay, 114.6. Right, we have a something here, right? Come here to me. Okay. Autopilot off. We need to be heading to 029er. Turn, baby, turn. Easy. Easy. Don't sink. Right, around there, Murph, isn't it? Roughly. 029er. We're slightly right. No, we're slightly left. Go this way. Right, let's see what happens. Nothing to fear here, lads. It's going to be grand. We're all in this together, man. We can't see a friggin' thing. Right, 0. Oh, it's bumpy as well. Look at the wind hitting us. What's the elevation? 488 feet. Okay. Oh, that's climbing too much. Oh, there's the ground right in front of us. Go handy, Murph. Don't panic. Don't panic. No one panic. What's your speed, Murph? She's giving it socks, lads. We're getting... Holy crap. We're getting thrown everywhere. We're drifting. Holy moly. Bites nails and sweating. Who are you telling? I'm in a hoopla. This shirt used to be black. No, it used to be white. Hang on, what colour is it? Grey. It used to be orange. Oh, we're climbing too much. Easy. Easy. Huey and Ralph are in the back seats. Huey! Ralph! Coroner is on standby. Right, easy, Murph, now. Easy. 029er is what we're looking for. Runway to land is 025. So, adjust. Other way, other way, other way. What's that reading now? 028. Easy, Murph. You're turning too much. Six-pack for the win. That's all we need. Mind your vertical speed. It's so bouncy. And the instruments aren't really helping with the bounciness because... You know what I mean? Our pitch is fine even though we're still climbing. Interesting. 029. We're getting close. Mind your vertical speed. Bad news, Murph. Airport is closed. What? This is terrifying. Whose idea was this? God almighty. We could have had such a safe and nice, warm, fuzzy landing. Oh, don't descend, Murph. You go handy, will you? Jesus. Steady now. Steady. Steady. We're kind of... Oh, look at the climb. Would you go handy? And there's descending. And there's vomit all over the ground. Someone needs... Thunderflies are leading us in. Look at them. We have some sort of visual reference. Do you know what would be hilarious? If they do like a break about a mile from the runway and I'm thinking, hey, I'm there. And they're gone. Come back. We like that scene out of Castaway. Come back. Lighting fires in the ground. Okay, we're a little bit high, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. Our speed is way too fast. I can't even trim. Nearly there now. God almighty. I can't see anything. She's turning. Little bit of 2.8. There we go. Something like that. Yes, yes. Keep an eye on the thunderflies. Speed is looking good. Altitude is alright-ish. Our attitude and pitch looks kind of okay-ish. And our heading looks bang on for the minute. Great work from the thunderflies. Absolutely. I'm genuinely anxious. You are? I'm in a hoop. Think of sea boats. Oh, we're going the sideways. We're way off course. Sea boats. Just think of sea boats. Well, this is a proper test for a CTT. Yep, it sure is. Mind your descent. We still got 2.9. West is... Dead reckoning west is 270, so we're kind of alright-ish now at the minute. And remember, the runway we're looking for is 25. Depending on where the wind is coming from, we'll have to see. We're nearly there. Does anyone else know what we're doing and where we're going? How's the volume? More importantly, how's my hair? Don't look at me head. 8 degrees. Altitude we're climbing. Thunderflies. How are you, lads? Oh, they've done a star break. Now I don't know where I'm going. They were my beacon. Oh, watch your descent, Murph. Easy, easy. Redeems head lookage. Oh, oh, oh. Don't descend too much, Murph. Right, she's starting to turn. Easy now, Murphy. Easy does it. Easy now. Still kind of 2.7. Mind your descent now. Okay, 100 knots. Very slight descent here. We want to keep it between 0 and 500 feet down per minute. Any more ATS streams? Angry Aaron. Oh yeah, soon. Sip from Muse fan, God almighty. Oh, I regret nothing. Where are we at? Oh, we're turning too far. Come back a bit, Murph. Come back a bit. Altitude is 3,000 feet. What's our landing altitude? 500 feet. We can drop her down now, Murph. Drop her. Oh, not too much. Not too much. We're way off the needle here. Bring it back, Murph. Bring it back. To the right, to the right. Now straighten up. Ease up. We can see ground. There's ground. There's stuff ahead of us. Can you see a runway? Are the runway lights? No, it's behind a big cloud. Duncan MacLeod of the Clan MacLeod. Right, watch your descent, Murph. This is kind of acceptable for the minute. Turnage. Other way. Oh. Easy, easy, easy. 2.9. Or 2... Easy, Murph. Easy now. Whoa, now. 2,500 feet. Don't do dangerous, Brian. That's an oddly hill-shaped cloud. It's okay, I'll just fly through the... Whoosh. That wasn't it. Not on the menu. Don't sit below 2,000 feet yet. Oh, don't dip below 2,000 feet. Oh, there is a mountain, look. Hang on, we're cheating. Look at our instruments. Turnage, Murph, turnage. We're too far over this. Oh, there's trees. This is biblical. This is biblical. Oh, it's so bumpy. See, we have to course correct because of the wind. So that's giving me... Oh, steady, steady. Steady. Keep her above 2,000. Speed is okay. We got plenty of room for speed here. They'll get away with 1,800. The hills, Murph, they hurt. Mr. Hoppy said, oh, look how bouncy it is. God almighty. Who'll be this? Mr. Yannick, many thanks for the follow. Oh, look at the climb. Steady. 2,000 feet until we know what's happening. Come back. Come back. Come back. Kinda. That's going to move as we get closer anyway. Yeah, we're way off to one side, Murph. So we're looking at the attitude indicator, or your artificial horizon. This fella right there, the blue and brown fella. And then we're going to look at our vertical speed, and then we're looking at our heading indicator. So we just kind of roughly behave ourselves for a minute. I can't see that mountain. You may be at 2,000 for quite a while. I don't know, like 1,800. I don't go below it, Murph. God almighty, this is terrifying. I can't... Hang on! No, that's another plane. There's planes ahead of me, which is good. So at least I know I'm not going completely the wrong way. Do you know what I mean? Oh, don't dip, Murph. Mind the 1,800 feet, will you? God almighty. This poor fella's after giving up me altogether. Over this way a bit. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. We're holding about 1850. Heading is 260. 25 is our runway, we know that. We gotta be close. That marker is moving a lot. Start a 500 feet per minute descent now, says Colonel Fork. You betcha. Down arrow. Easy now, Murph. Easy. Don't... There's about 500 there now. Trim a little bit. Ease her up now. Bring your speed back. Is anyone else terrified? I am absolutely in a hoopla over here. Watch your descent. And remember, 2.5 is the runway, so I imagine we're going to have to aim off and flare and kind of probably... Oh, slip it in. Easy, 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 easy. Oh, me telly's telling me to turn off. Don't turn off, telly. Watch your descent. Forget the runway numbers, just get down. Well, we know by runway 25 is the runway we've chosen, right? But the problem is we got to be careful now with our rate of descent and our speed. And it's so bumpy, it's not even funny. Mind your heading. We're bang on runway 25, which probably isn't a good idea. Like, we're way to the left. So, let's head over to around 26 here. Mind your descent. Did you hear that rain belting off us? God almighty. 500 feet descending a minute, roughly. There's vomit all over the back seats. There's not a chance I'm going to see the runway. Oh, hang on! What's that flashing? I wonder. See the strobes? Can you see the lights flashing? I wonder. I wonder. Speed is good. Descent is good. 1500. We're still on 2.5 on a heading. We're too far right. Or too... What was that frequency? Picked a bad stop. Oh! We had lights flashing. Did you see them? Now, are they airplane strobes or are they the runway? Did you hear the thunder? Thunder. Altitude 1,500. We're 1,000 above. Keep this rate of descent going. We're doing alright. Speed is good. 90 knots. You didn't hit the Hatsar warehouse.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Who be this? Many thanks, Rafa, for the subscribe, my dude. Oh, look, there's a runway! There's an actual runway! Look at this! Oh, look at this. We're very high. The frame rate is giving it socks. Not your flaps here, Murph. God almighty, lads. We're not out of the woods yet by a long shot. We're under the clouds. Thank be to Betsy. Easy now. Easy now. Watch your speed. My arm is jaded. Thunderflies. There's timing for you. Look at the brake. They're like, that's not a storm. This is a storm. Just my arm is killing me. God almighty. Even the chopper lighting up the place for us. Now, can we get this safely on the... God almighty. Can we get this down? 100 knots. You're too fast, Murph. Another notch of flaps. Oh. Easy. Oh, the wind. The wind! Easy. 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 Hold it, Murph. Lead off the speed. Oh, the wind! Touchdown! We're almost down! Nose is down! God almighty, did you see the state of that? I'm exhausted. Look at the windsock! Look at it! That's happy to see everyone. Look at the thing! Can you see it? Look! Right, flaps in. Get off the runway, you madman. Oh, look at the sky. God almighty. Right. Things need to start happening because there's other people trying to do the same. I wonder, do they have... Park and brake on. I wonder, do they have the same weather I had? That was nuts. Wasn't that nuts? Yes, turn that on. Now, what's going to happen here, lads? Buttons. Yes. Well, they're all coming in, which is a good sign. What do we reckon? Congratulated Murph for the Magnum ice cream. Let's go! ColFork is inbound. Look at this. Center line. Very nice. So close to them trees, I know, right? That was nuts. Here comes Blackheart 46, followed by Dougal McTavish. There's the Thunderflies. Amazing stuff, guys. Absolutely savage. There's Eamon. Will I make it a bit brighter? Twisted Rotor. Soaring AJ. Baron Cusp. There's Godden. Keen Lefford is away. You take care, my dude. There's Catbat 9. Ooh. Go around. Go around. Here comes Scorpio. There's Flying Trit. So this airport is a military airport at Fort Indiantown Gap near Annville in Pennsylvania. It's home to the Eastern Army National Guard Aviation Training Site, or EAATS, operated by the Pennsylvania National Guard. Murr Army Airfield was established as an airstrip in 1930s and was originally the central parade ground and emergency landing field of the Fort Indiana Gap Military Reservation. On July 12, 1941, the first airplane piloted by Major Edgar Scattergood, Air Office of the 28th Infantry Division, landed on the newly dedicated airfield. The prevailing wind blows out from the mountains from the northwest, so there is usually a permanent crosswind during normal weather operations. The airfield was named in honour of Major General Charles H. Murr, the commanding general of the 28th Division during World War I. The EAATS was established by the United States Army in 1981 and focuses on utility and cargo missions, specifically conducting Sikorsky UH-60 Black Hawk Eurocopter UH-72 Lakota, which has also been called Little Ugly Helicopter, and a Boeing C-40 or CH-47 Chinook, qualifications for pilots, instructor pilots, and maintenance test pilots, as well as enlisted maintainers and crew members. The 28th Expeditionary Combat Aviation Brigade, headquartered at this airfield, provides maintenance support for the EAATS. Murr Army Airfield currently accommodates 75 helicopters and 3 fixed-wing aircraft, conducting about 70,000 takeoffs and landings a year, making it the second busiest helicopter base in the world. In the world, lads! Rogers RC is down. There's Ake Barley. Strap is inbound. Prefontaine has arrived. Here come the Thunderflies. Excellent work, my dudes. Go on, Catbat. You have it this time. There is Tarnish 42. Tritz is like, that was terrible. Why would you do that to your mates? Scorpio says, I'm nearly seasick watching that. Mr. Hoppy, you take care. We're going to be doing a raid here, guys. We're going to be jumping over to Jane and Forder over on the MSFS official. So be sure to stay tuned. And so we have it. God almighty. I have a headache after that. Took everything out of me. So, there we have it for tonight's stream. Thank you all so very, very, very much for all your support. All the new follows, subscribes. Many thanks to you, my dudes, as Sean like a man brings in the rear with the gear. A huge thanks to our guest tonight, ColFork85. Fantastic stuff, my dude. The Thunderflies are lining up. A huge thanks to them. A huge thanks to our Fireflies and for everyone here in the chat. Our team of moderators and community managers. As always, guys, thank you so very much indeed. As Rogers says, look at the crab on this fella. So we will be back to you on Friday night for a bush flight. More details coming out. Don't forget, Colonel Fork will be live streaming tomorrow, Thursday. And we'll have Alison Johnson then on Saturday. And I think Viper Strike on Sunday. It's all happening now, lads. So do stand by. We're going to do a raid just before or just after the Thunderflies shall lead us out. So guys, until next time, thank you so very much indeed. Stay safe. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
la 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 la